Hey y'all, check. We live, we live. Shout out to the notification gang. Shout out to the Payal unit. You get what I'm talking about? Shout out to the new people that's tuning in. How everybody doing? I'm doing all right. Hey y'all, check. Live, we got good audio. We got good audio. All right, all right. This what we gonna discuss, y'all. We gotta talk about Shanquella, Kenneka Jenkins, and hotel murders. Cause it's getting pretty frequent, right? That I'm starting to seeing a trend going on. Is it just me that I'm seeing a trend that the young youth is killing in hotels and at parties? I'm kind of seeing that trend. Cause think about this. When it come to these people, man, when it about murder, it either at a hotel or birthday party, and it's a setup. Kenneka Jenkins video went viral of a setup. Shanquella Robinson video went viral of a setup. You got, don't y'all know how many murders that took place at hotels? Y'all like, share, and subscribe to the game. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you will be update on everything. So look, I was doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing research, right? Like I normally do. And I'm like, man, I'm seeing a whole pattern. I see why the police just ain't just really put no effort into the case. It's like they don't care. It's like they riding the clock or something. You see what I'm saying? If you a detective and you ain't got no murder cases, what they gonna do? You're gonna have a bunch of off days cause it's slow. You see what I'm saying? So you know, the longer the case stay open, they can create and generate money by riding the clock. So I'm kind of seeing that, just like they just don't care about unsolved murders. But when it comes to Nancy Grace, and I seen the comparison in her stuff too. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's a lot of people right now like, yeah, 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 Nancy Grace is on it, and Nancy Grace on it. All because this lady could get on TV and put on the show. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a before I even say something about her, how many murder cases she done solved with the community? Not even one, goddamn it. Not even one. Name me one viral video she done jumped on it and we done got justice. Mm-mm. I see how she should treat the black family and the white family. You know what I'm talking about? I'm seeing through all this shit. Yeah, you could get on TV. You could do all this shit like the Kenneka Jenkins case right here. Listen to this shit.
Tireless advocate for victims' rights. Let's get into this case. What puzzles you the most about it?
You know, Dr. Ross, I hardly know where to start. Let's just start with a surveillance video, all right? Number one, when you have a bank of surveillance cameras, isn't there usually somebody sitting there looking at it? I mean, why do you have a bank of security video? Is to stop incidents from happening. And another thing, like the most troubling thing, is the way her body was found, with her shirt pulled up over her bra and her pants pulled down over her pelvic bones. That's just not right.
Let's get into that.
Right. Y'all heard it. She know that. Look, everybody know that's not right. Everybody know it's a cover up in the Kenneka Jiggy case. Everybody know this. So I ain't see no kind of effort that she pushing it to like, look, we need to get to the bottom of this. This is all TV shit. Right? Where she at now on the Kenneka Jiggy case when everybody was rooting for her? Oh yeah, we got Nancy Grace. Yeah, she on the case. Where she at now? Know what I'm talking about? That's the same thing people said when she was on the Kenneka Jiggy case. Check this out. Everybody know I'm on top of the Kenneka Jiggy case, right? Listen to this. When y'all listen to her story, look what she gonna be focusing on. We just need to know what she focuses on when it comes to the cases, right? Check this out.
Now, these photographs, this is breaking development, folks. It does raise the possibility of some foul play. So, the police just released these images.
Whoa. The possibility. Dr. Oz, rest assured, if they found your body with your pants down and your shirt up, I would be on it, okay?
She told you. She said she gonna be on it. If he was found like that, but not Kenneka Jenkins. Not Kenneka Jenkins. You see what I'm saying? I'm seeing how I'm seeing how the media work now. Not only just Nancy Gray, but everybody else. So check this out.
That's not right. Now, another thing that is very curious to me is she leaves her little group and she disappears. She's steady on her feet. Everything's fine. She's walking along. Then suddenly she reappears about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, and she can hardly walk. What happened? And when I think about this mom and they find out their daughter's missing and they go to the hotel staff and they beg for help, they kicked them out of the hotel.
See that? Now look, watch this. Another reason the hotel kicking them out, kicking them parents out, kicking Miss Martin them out, the hotel. That's right. And then coming to find out why they were kicking the mama out the hotel, you still got people from the party still in room 926 taking photos on the 10th, 11th, 12th, and the 13th. So when Mr. Reese was up there knocking on those doors, they stopped her. Look, they sent the police up there when she was on that 9th floor because they what Mr. Reese said was knocking on that door. They ain't want Mr. Reese, you know what I'm saying, talk to nobody in their room. And then what make it so bad, while Mr. Reese was up there, while we were getting news reports the next day, like a Monday, the Tuesday, and the Wednesday, right? Andrew Holmes saying, yeah, we need to find everybody that was at the party that night and we need to bring them all in for questioning. If we would have known what we known then, we would have been like, wait a minute, nigga, they still in there. You ain't got to do nothing. Hit the elevator, go in Crown Plaza, go upstairs, room 926, and ask them for what happened. But they gave it to us like these folks was on the run and they were hard to catch up with and all this old shit. You see what I'm saying, gang? Now watch this. Everything look, cause you know Kenneka Jenkins case is similar to the Shanquella Robinson case, right? Everybody know how it's similar. It's like a copycat murder or some shit. I don't know, you know what I'm talking about? But it's happening in the same way. Listen, cause you still got the same evidence in the Shanquella case and the Kenneka Jenkins case. Watch this, guy.
They got such a runaround. It's very upsetting, Oz.
So I'm saying for a lot of reasons. By the way, this is the autopsy report, right? This is a doctor, what I look at. The medical examiner, Cook County medical examiner, well-known office.
Now, y'all see that autopsy report. Now, we know that autopsy report that he got is the fabricated autopsy report. Nancy Gray know it, and he know this. He know this. You see what I'm saying, gang? They know. Watch this. Remember when I told y'all about the nurse when they found Shanquella? The nurse said she was already hard and stiff to the touch. Cause rigor mortis done set in and all this, and rigor mortis will give you some kind of timeline about the body and what happened, right? So we know what the first autopsy said, what he got in his hand. Listen to this shit.
They stand by their autopsy report, but there are parts of this puzzle that do not add up. And there's one really important issue. She was seen on at least 4 hotel cameras. And there was allegedly a camera right above the freezer that she walked in.
Oh, that's a big problem.
Now, how can it possibly be? We don't have that footage. It seems like it's the most...
You heard what he just said? How's there a problem? We ain't even got the footage. He know these folk took cameras down. Everybody know they took cameras down. It's evidence they took cameras down. All those cameras they had is not documented like in the call log, like you will get surveillance from a surveillance company. They just weren't linked to no surveillance company. They were just buying cheap ass cameras online and just putting them up all around the hotel. That's why they were able to take cameras down, because they ain't documented with a company. You see what I'm saying? They just going to a third party of the cameras to show, because they bought it from them. You see what I'm saying? So look.
Obvious thing to look at.
Because the camera that would have been trained on her going in the freezer, who put her in the freezer.
See that? She knows somebody put her in the freezer, gang. This is facts. This ain't even no mystery. Watch this. I'm going to show y'all somebody, right? When they do this shit, somebody know how to cover up a crime scene at times like this. Remember, it was doctors, right? Look, they did Shanquella the same way they did kenneka. The funeral home came and picked her up. The funeral home came and picked Shanquella up, right? They had a doctor with Shanquella, but we don't even know. We just know because they called him or her. But we don't know their relationship status. We don't even know, because ain't no regular doctor finna sit there and trying to figure out how we finna cover this shit up. How I'm gonna cover up for these black kids. Nah, it don't work like that, right? But look, I'm finna pinpoint out something when it comes to the timeline and how a body supposed to behave at a time of death. Watch this, gang.
Doesn't exist. I just find it all very odd. When something doesn't fit, that means you don't have all the facts.
Right.
I know that for sure.
So let me put my doctor's hat on for a second and try to unravel the parts of the puzzle that I do think we can put some information on. So the first is, could we have saved this girl's life? Being in the freezer for so long is a problem. And there's no question, she died from hypothermia, right? She could have been out in Siberia.
See that? Now look, you could say for certain that she died from hypothermia, but let's see, can you prove that on national TV? Right? Because it's a reason why he took his video down off the website. It's a reason why he took all his video down. Well, he just had one about the kenneka jenkins. And that junk just mysteriously, because guess what? I'm going to show y'all why. Because now y'all know about timelines and how body supposed to behave. Listen to this story.
Those refrigerators are at 0 degrees, right? They're freezers. So the normal body temperature coming over here,
temperature.
Your temperature right now, hopefully, once you got a fever, is 98.6, right? Now, that's where we're supposed to be. Your body will shut down in order to preserve itself as the temperatures begin to fall. It's trying to make sure it doesn't have a problem. So you get between 48 and 56 degrees, it all shuts down. Your breathing, meditation, everything. This is a catastrophe. Walk-in freezers have a temperature. They require to have a temperature of 0.
And look, and keep this in mind too, right? While he talking about she in the freezer and the body temperature falling, you know what I'm talking about, and all this. Keep this in mind. If that freezer was on and she was frozen solid, why is not carbon monoxide or freon in her system, in her lungs? You see what I'm saying? Cause if you got Freon, she would have Freon poisoning, carbon dioxide poisoning. It would have showed in the autopsy report, but they never mentioned that part. So that's why Nancy Grace said whoever put her in there, meaning that she was already dead when she got upstairs to that freezer. She didn't walk in there. That's how you could prove. That's how you can prove these folks here, man, know what they talking about, but they know what to tell y'all. Autopsy, you got to be on top of everything these folks putting out. Watch this.
So you go from 98.6 to 0, and on the way there, you'll get to this temperature. It is hard to say how long it took kenneka to freeze to death.
That's how the murderer knew how to stall time, by putting kenneka in the freezer. That's how you covered it up. Put her in the freezer, and the body gonna be slow to deteriorate, and you know what I'm talking about. And the body will still look fresh when it comes to the what? Pictures of the crime scene. Somebody knew about time in the kenneka Jenkins case. That's one of the reasons why they had to put her in the freezer and come up with that story. Cause whoever thought about putting her in the freezer know a lot about law enforcement and investigation, and both of these two cases got one thing in common: the timeline. Y'all see the police at a cover up. Check this out. Y'all see the police on video covering up the crime scene right in front of our face, right? And we got surveillance footage of that. We need surveillance footage of the felon rallies when they found Shanquella. You see what I'm saying? Do they wear body cams? You see what I'm saying? What did they say in their reports? We need to read it. Check this out. We saw what the police did with kenneka. We heard what the police did with Shanquella. It's the same thing. Then they manipulated timestamps and autopsy reports. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, the police wiping the sweat off. That let you know the freezer wasn't even on. It wasn't even on. Alright.
We don't know. Now, can I ask one other thing of you? You really worked about the clothes being pulled off.
I am.
So I looked into that. I don't know if this is what happened to her, but when you begin to freeze,
How you wanna know that's what happened to her? Cause you finna explain paradoxical dressing. Now you went to school for this shit. You see what I'm saying? But let's listen to these motherfuckers.
your body shuts down, pulls all the blood back to the core, away from the skin. But
He said away from the skin, it pours all this blood to the core. He lying on that because if it depends on the positioning of your body. You see what I'm saying? If you laid on your face, like they said, kenneka's face would have been heavily bruised. You would have seen all the physical bruises and everything on her face. But you never seen that. Right? And then look, everybody wanted to know, check this out. She would lay on her face. Then they flipped her over. And we know kenneka had to been choked out or strangled. What if it's the same case with Shanquella and her neck and her back broke? Cause it's a reason why they covering up her neck. And that's one thing, when it come to female, most of them die that way. If you dealing with assault, man, 9 times out of 10, they snapping necks out here. When you snap a neck, you can snap the back at the same time at the top of your back. You see what I'm talking about? If they can't prove to you that it was hypothermia, cause next thing you could look, they can't prove it. No frostbites. Not even one frostbite was on that girl's body. Her fingertips supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? All right.
Just before you die, there's this phenomenon called paradoxical undressing, where you actually, because the body can't protect itself, it gives up, lets all the heat go out. And because you feel all of a sudden a surge of heat, like a hot flash, you begin to try to get your clothes off. Now you're disoriented, you can't do it, right? We think it probably happens 1 in 3 times. So more than likely that's not what happened, but it's a possibility.
He just told you more than likely that's not what happened. Right? Listen.
I'm going to just put it out there.
Oz. No, look, I hear what you're saying, but you add that to somebody slipping something in her drink, possibly. She's fine 1 minute, an hour later she can't even walk. She's on the, I can see, so I believe you with my lying eyes. I mean, I'm telling you.
And that's her favorite quote. She just said, me and you could see this with my lying eyes. She just, can I put the captions on this shit?
Something in her drink, possibly. She's fine 1 minute, an hour later she can't even walk. She's on the, I can see, so I believe you with my lying eyes. I mean, I'm telling you, this isn't right. I don't care what happens. Paradoxical undressing.
There could be something.
Now look, she know that for a fact, and she can prove that. Everything what he's saying, Nancy Grace could debunk him. Look, if she were really on top of the detective, if it wasn't even, know what I'm talking about, if she was just a real true detective, she would have put him on blast right then and there, exposed the case, to cover up and everything. She would have been the perfect person to do that. You see what I'm saying? She would have been a perfect person to do that. She got all the evidence that she needed. Now listen to this shit.
More sinister at play, and we just point out something I'm going to bring the audience into when we come back, because this may be the biggest clue of all. But first, I want you to meet Kenneka's family, because they're here, and they're speaking out, and they're demanding answers. I'll be right back.
Now watch this. Hold on, guys. Let me go to this. Hold on.
I've been holding it together.
Well, I haven't.
You haven't?
I haven't.
Lenore, you're the big sister.
Yes.
There's all this gossip out there. Whenever there's a public event, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want people to know about who your sister really was?
She was a great person. She was my backbone. She was my best friend. She was the reason why I had so much strength that I had from her and my mom.
So can I ask you about that day?
Yes.
When did you guys first find out that Kenneka was missing?
Okay, I was laying in the bed. I get a call at 4:34, which would be September the 9th.
So in the morning?
In the morning.
So you're automatically a little concerned because you're getting called at 4 in the morning. Most
Yes.
parents are. So,
Yes.
Dad, I don't like getting calls at 4 in the morning.
Yes.
And what?
Now look. Check this out, right? Y'all remember what was the biggest cover up in the case when the police confused the timeline, right? And try to make it like different time zones in the case, right? Ain't this the same thing with the Cabo 6? Cause you got to deal with the time when they go to Mexico and all this shit, right? See what I'm talking about?
What you hear when you opened the phone?
And it was from my daughter's friend, and I heard she said, "Ma, we can't find Kenneka." I said, "You can't find Kenneka?" I say, "Wait, please don't leave my baby."
So say one more time. I'm gonna be clear on this. Sorry. So you get called at 4 in the morning. And what's going on at the hotel? These girls are looking for their friend, right?
Yeah. And they said the hotel wouldn't get him no help. And as they walked around looking for my sister, they said the hotel told them if they don't leave, they would call the police on them.
See that? Now y'all heard what that's what, look. Come on, gang. Let's be real. We see through all this dumb shit. We already, and listen to this.
You know, so the protest yesterday, and I'm going to try to get some clarification. What were they protesting about? They want to see the video? They want the mother to get the video? They want the video released? Is that what the protest is about, Joni? I'm talking to Joni.
I think it's overall justice. They feel like there's some kind of cover-up going on, so they just want
Justice.
the information.
Right,
For the
they want
family.
as much information. Okay. And I think I'm going to ask Jedediah to talk because he was out there organizing that. Jamal Green as well, and William Calloway, a lot of people coming together to make sure that this case is not pushed off. And Andrew, while I have you here, you're okay. So we were talking, and people were asking this video, motion activated, several hallways, this section by the freezer.
Now look, she finna tell why did everything what Nancy Gray said about somebody put her in the freezer. She know this. I know this. Everybody that did their research know this and got receipts on this. So it's a proven fact. She know this because when we watch her video, they got the video of the real freezer where the girl was at on the lower level. On the lower level, Jack. Kenneka was in the freezer on the lower level. And she had to been moved round about 10 to 11 o'clock that night to find the body upstairs in the kitchen. Cause she just spilled it.
An area, the girl's on video, and she is having trouble walking. Is she alone?
She said the girls.
Motion activated, several hallways, this section by the freezer, an area, the girl's on video.
The girls on video. She ain't say a girl. She said the girls on video. And I proved that when Shamaya and them, he's them, they was seen on the camera. On the camera. Going to that area. They got the footage and telling you what they seeing.
And she is having trouble walking. Is she alone? Is anybody with her?
No, she's alone. You know, the video would have showed all of that in the area where she went. As I stated, there's no way you can get out on the other side. You can only get out one way. I mean, it's solid back there. I looked all over. There's no way you can get out. Not even a window back there.
Okay. All right. So there should have been a panic button at the very least in that room, or security should have at least been walking down that hall and checking every room as security usually does.
So what was the security at Cabo 6? Why nobody did the security showed up on the scene? We know the police showed up on the scene. Did the manager show up? Ain't nobody talking about these managers worked at the goddamn St. Lucas Hotel Resort. I'm quite sure they was notified. If the police were notified, I'm quite sure the police notified the hotel. Hey man, look, we just want to let y'all know there's a murder in this joint. What? You see what I'm saying? Nobody ain't talking about no manager, no security. Check this out.
And if at the very, very least, it's quite possible, while there may not be something criminal going on here, there may be a liability on the behalf of the hotel. Now, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a...
Look, that's my thing too, what she said.
Judge. I'm not here to say whether somebody is guilty or not, but that could be potential liability. Yes?
Yeah, you have a lot of negligence there, and also if security was watching the monitors and seeing where she went last, that should have been their focal point right there. That's where the time elapsed and went past. You seen her, and that was her last place you seen her at. Then you should to focus on that area there and secured and looked in every door down there.
Yeah. So, Andrew, for those of you, and I see the numbers are still coming up because people are gathering now. Some people are saying that security put her in there, that she was led down there. You don't see anybody on camera walking with her, correct?
Now, all of these security cameras and video surveillance that I see, nobody was walking with her. She was alone.
See that, gang? And we watching a fabricated video with kenneka walking back to the freezer. That's what they describing. Like, you ain't see nobody with her now. We ain't see nobody. Now they talking about that footage. But if you think about that real footage of what happened on the lower level kitchen, then the upper kitchen would make a lot of sense to you. You see what I'm saying? That girl was on the lower level all that time, gang. And then when the manager went to go down there and move the body upstairs, and you still got people be like, she didn't walk in there alone. I couldn't believe this shit. Listen to this shit.
They're trying to find a missing person, and they're being chased off the premises?
Yes.
So then what did you do?
And I went to the hotel myself. And when I went up to the hotel, I had my daughter's picture in my phone. And I went to the front desk and I asked the manager there, I said, my daughter friends woke me up and told me that my daughter, they lost her in this hotel. I said, kids, someone please look at the security cameras to see if they see my daughter. And she told me no. She stated to me that was police matters.
They couldn't have looked themselves at the cameras?
I asked them, could they look themselves?
So look, y'all gotta understand this. Miss Teresa's at the hotel talking to the female manager and asking about her daughter. Right? The manager knew that the party goer was still there. This is what Miss Teresa found out. Like, damn. Later on down the line, like, damn, these motherfucker was there. And they were trying to lock me up and find a way to... Now you know why they had to terminate that lady. Hold on, you doing too much walking, man. Y'all need to go to the parking lot. That's probably why they escort the family to the parking lot and told them to wait. And that's how T.Y. making the video at the fucking movies. At the movies. He got a video on the night, round about 10 some at the movies. And a YouTuber fabricated, Photoshop the video and put a time on there. Just to throw that off and just to say, yeah, he was there Friday night. See what I'm saying? Come on, gang.
Hotel itself, Crown Plaza. And she stated to me no.
So when the hotel said they wouldn't look at the surveillance footage and you couldn't find your daughter anywhere in the hotel, you do what any mom would do. You call 911.
You couldn't find her on the footage, but mysteriously, you got a whole route to show now. You see what I'm saying, gang? You had crooked ass doctors at the crime scene. Working. Look, and don't this sound familiar? You got a doctor, a funeral home director, right? On the scene, saying she froze solid. He did the same thing the other doctor did with Shanquella. She alcohol poison. So he telling the family, he telling the friend, tell the family it's alcohol poison. Just say like the police and the doctor office telling Monique in there, telling she froze to death. Now, what if more videos come out about a kenneka? What if we actually see a fight video? Because keep this in mind, everybody knows she was in a fucking fight. So did she got strangled or her neck was broken too? You see what I'm saying? So Look at all the similarities with the Kenneka Jigga case, how the police handle her case. Look how, you know what I'm saying, they handling the Shanquella case. It's the same fucking shit. If I was on the police force, that's a pattern to me. That's where I come in there and investigate the whole cover up. Like, damn, man, come on, bro. I see what you doing. I see what you doing. Man, I got to go. I'm finna do some investigation, put all this shit together and expose the cover up and be a whistleblower.
So if it's okay, everybody, I want you all to hear this 911 call. Let's just play a portion.
We don't need to hear the 911 call because we already know what's going on with that call, right?
And they are working trying to get to the bottom of it. But if they had been watching that video surveillance, the security, then they would have known something was wrong when they seen her go in that unsecured area.
Okay, and just for those of you who are joining us and watching us, Andrew Holmes is not only a community activist, but you should know he's a private investigator as well. So this is what
Now y'all got to look. Check this out. Now y'all understand why they said he's a private investigator. He posing as an activist. This is what the police do. I looked up at all these vacatorious people that work for the government. Man, these folk control the news. Man, these folk got agents, boots on the ground. Would do news conferences and say, yeah, we fighting the crime in the community. This is why he always show up at tragic events. It's to calm the public down. Cause this shit start uproars and shit. What the hotel tell Miss Teresa family? Can you call the protests out cause the hotel ain't making no money? That's the same thing the hotel said in Cabo 6. They ain't making no money because of this shit going on.
what he does, and he has really great working relationships with police, local law enforcement, and they
Local law enforcement and the FBI. This nigga, the FBI. Come on, gang. Andrew Holmes is not an activist. He worked for the FBI, and that nigga be having assignments. All right, Andrew Holmes, we got a Kenneka Jigga case file. What? What's it about? Yeah, man, it was a murder there, man. We need to say they put in the we need to say she frozen solid. Well, let me look at the videotape, see what's going on. So they watching the goddamn videotape. While everybody's saying he lying and he ain't never seen no videotape. But he got to watch the videotape with the police so they could come up with something. Look, check, this what y'all need to do. Y'all need to crop her out of this one, put her right here, go through, you know what I'm saying? Show it like this, show it like that, you know what I'm talking about? Why you think Andrew Holmes ain't mentioning nothing else about the Kenneka Jigga case? He did what Nancy Grace did. They said they were gonna get us justice. That's what they told us. They promised us. I know these motherfuckers said we gonna get justice. We gonna expose the cover up. But that money talk, and you got people in power that just say like, God damn it, the fan, look, Rosemont, God damn it. Man, this shit crazy as fuck, man. Not only that, look at this shit. Look at how many people that died in the hotel this month alone. Look how all this shit trending now. He was shot at an airport hotel, 18 years old, 12 days ago. Look. Crossfire from a shootout paralyzed 18-year-old woman. Here go another woman. Died. Here go some more stories. A man charged with murder, he killing his baby at a shelter. 18-year-old killed in Thanksgiving night, Birmingham shooting, 2 teens wounded. Gunfire, teen shot at a visual. 18-year-old also died in the shooting. Georgia's cop said. Look at this shit. He had big dreams for the future that were cut short. Family of an 18-year-old killed at Kroger's parking lot. Look at all these people dying at around the age 18. It's from 15 all the way to down to 18 and 19. How about this one? Man and cousin after mother 4-year-old dog was shot to death at a hotel room. All this was in this month. All this shit in one fucking month. Look at this one. The one who killed my daughter should be called my daughter, rest in peace, father of an 18-year-old woman killed. She got killed at a hotel. 16-year-old girl charged with murder in the death of an 18-year-old at the Fairfield Hotel. Man, look at all this shit going on at the hotel. This ain't even been 30 days yet. I got so many of this shit pulled up, man. I said, man, wait a minute. I'm looking at all the police chiefs on this case like, damn, let me see what's going on, how the police handling this shit. You know what I'm talking about? All right. I got some more for you. You want another one? Look at this one. Family mom from an 18-year-old high school student found in a D.C. hotel. And that was published November 22. And guess who she was shot by? Her friend, boyfriend. She was in the room with one of her friends, and her friend, boyfriend, came in the room and shot the girl in the head. In a hotel room. All this shit be at hotels and parties. Majority hotels and parties, Jack. The young generation's gone wild. I got another one for you. Oh, that's the one that I told y'all about the airport shooting. You know what I'm talking about? So, I got so many stories that I could be reporting on this shit. But look, let me show you this. Right? Y'all see this shit? Y'all see this? Now I want y'all to think what's really going on in the world. This shit, the world is so out of control, gang. I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, it's like, But listen to this. Where they get these bodies from?
Thank you, guys.
It's real.
Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to Psychosec. Can I answer any questions?
What is it all about?
Well, we're a company that produces 100% organic human sleeves. You're probably wondering what's a human sleeve. Well, if you gather around, I can let you know what we do here in full details. So here at Psychosec, we've been able to achieve true immortality by taking your human consciousness and storing it on a device called a cortical stack. It's implanted in the base of your neck, and it collects and stores everything that makes you you. Every memory, every emotion, every sensation, everything you've ever experienced gets stored on this little device. You can see it here on the screen that's about to come up. You guys just follow me. All the information is stored on this device and can be digitally transferred from one sleeve that you currently occupy into the sleeve of your choosing.
Sleeves are basically human bodies we grow in our lab. They're organically real. Bones, tissue, organs, everything. These are the best bodies you'll ever have, period. Nothing can hurt these bodies, but they are human. So if something were to happen to them, you can always change them out for a new one. That's why it says immortality becomes non-existent.
Thank you, guys.
It's real.
Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to Psychosec. Can I answer any questions?
What is it all about?
Well, we're a company that produces 100% organic human sleeves. You're probably wondering what's a human sleeve. Well, if you gather around, I can let you know what we do here in full details. So here at Psychosec, we've been able to achieve true immortality by taking your human consciousness and storing it on a device called a cortical stack. It's implanted in the base of your neck, and it collects and stores everything that makes you you. Every memory, every emotion, every sensation, everything you've ever experienced gets stored on this little device. You can see it here on the screen that's about to come up. You guys just follow me. All the information is stored on this device and can be digitally transferred from one sleeve that you currently occupy into the sleeve of your choosing.
Sleeves are basically human bodies we grow in our labs. They're organically real. Bones, tissue, organs, everything. These are the best bodies you'll ever have. Period. Nothing can hurt these bodies, but they are human. So if something were to happen to them, you can always change them out for a new one. That's why it says immortality becomes non-existent.
Man, y'all just don't understand, gang. Now look, I'm seeing a pattern, right? It's like, hold on. Let me go back. Let me see where I'm at. Right here. Listen to this, y'all.
They were working with him and the family, and that's why Andrew has seen this videotape. The mother has not. She will be doing so today. Did you tell her what you saw?
Now look, check this out. Watch this, gang. Y'all heard what this lady just said. The video supposed to be coming out. What? Listen to this shit again. Listen closely.
And he has really great working relationships with police, local law enforcement, and they were working with him and the family, and that's why Andrew has seen this videotape. The mother has not. She will be doing so today. Did you tell her what?
Today. Andrew Holmes said he gonna show the video to Miss Teresa today. So when he went to Crown Plaza and watched the video, you mean to tell me they didn't take him, he didn't talk to them folks that was in room 926? Man, at one point in time, everybody was in their office looking at the video. Even the suspects. Hey, you see right here? This is where we got you at. Everybody got something on everybody in this case. So why Andrew Holmes did not tell the mama, they upstairs right now in room 926. He ain't saying nothing about these folks was still at the hotel, gang. And these people still in room 926 taking pictures, uploading on Instagram. These people talking about, man, worst day of my life. They couldn't even leave.
What you saw?
No, I just briefed her in on some of the footage that I've seen. I was waiting on to let them follow the protocols with the detectives. I will be with her when she view it, but I can guarantee you, if I'd have seen or noticed something that was suspicious, that was criminally, and that should have been out, I'd have been the first one to put it out to the public. Hey, wait a minute, this is wrong. Right. This has been hid, but it is not being hid. Everything is there.
By him saying that, he just really screwed up everything. And people would like, damn, Andrew Holmes a fraud. He this and he that. He is. You got to fail to realize that's his job. That's his job to do. That's what they pay him for. He make good money doing this shit.
And I'm glad that she's going to view the video surveillance to see. Now, the other part about this is to find out what's the toxicology report. You know, somebody may have slipped or something in her cup. We don't know.
So look, then once they was like, well, we know she got something in her drink, but let's still push that alcohol. They was still pushing the alcohol. Look, These people so crooked in the head, ain't even thinking straight. How you say she died from hypothermia, but you saying she you keep pressuring the alcohol theory? Cause once you put it out there like that, not everybody gonna be like, damn, her mama got to say shit. My baby don't even drink like that. The Combo 6 told them folks that, yeah, she alcohol poisoning. The daddy was like, man, hold on, I know my baby for a fact. She don't even drink like that. You see what I'm saying? They said Kenneka was drinking out of bottle. And then everybody trying to figure out about some fucking alcohol. Man, look, I'm gonna tell you something. I believe Kenneka, the cause of her death, I believe the cause of her death is around her neck. That's got to be the cover up on everything. You see what I'm saying? The evidence does show you beating. You know, she just up and down. You gonna have to you beat it. They beated this girl, right? So the bruises is visible. We can see those bruises. And when we heard King Rob talking about, yeah, they had a girl in there doing her makeup. Now I understand what he meant by that. Cause it sounds stupid when he was like, yeah, they hired a makeup artist to come in there and do Kenneka makeup. I believe he was trying to say, yeah, them hoes in that room, they told everybody, told them hoes go down there and cover her injuries up with some makeup. If it's anybody that did some makeup in there, it was one of those hoes in the room. That's probably why they were still there. Then they explain why the lip gloss would be everywhere in a fucking freezer. Cause I'm looking at the crime scene like, wait a minute, that don't supposed to be in there. Why is that lip gloss in there? And it's two of them. Cause why? Guess why you got to have two lip glosses? Monifa and Shemaya is in the freezer with Kenneka on video. So you got two lip glosses you could throw in the freezer. Now they're finna get everybody looking at them even more harder. Like, yeah, we got you, Monifa. Yeah, we got you, Shemaya. That evidence was there for that reason. That's plenty evidence. And keep this in mind. They had to let Monifa and them go to the mama and drop the car off. But where they was at when they dropped the car off and what they were doing with Miss Teresa was at the hotel that morning. Nobody don't know this. Quite sure Chicago police done picked their ass up and did some investigation. Like, yeah, we got y'all up on this village and wait sure everything blowing over. But when it comes to these cases, time is a factor. You see what they tried to stage it with Shanquella, put the girl in the bed and propped her up because of rigor mortis, right? That's how you could get away with her. Then you got people who like, damn, she was slumped up. Like sitting up in the bed. And you got people don't understand how you can position a body like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how and what time to do it. You know what time to do it. So Kenneka was in her full rigor mortis stages when they took those pictures. So she died between the hours of what? 3 to 4 o'clock that morning. Since you got the time now, oh, that's full rigor stages there. All I got to do is calculate it now. But look, you're going to have a problem with that now. Because you got photos in the freezer. Now what threw you off, she ain't even in the murder scene where she was originally at. Now she in the freezer and you looking at the body like, well, damn. Rigor Morgan done set in. What time they take the picture? Because that's what you're going to come to the conclusion. Like, what time did y'all take the picture? Then it's coming to find out it was down there 8 o'clock that night. So if they would take a picture 8 o'clock that night, you do the math. What time she died and what time full rigor mortgage come in there. Then you got to check the body temperature, right? Look. That's why the police said she was frozen solid. She wasn't frozen solid. He touched her and she was stiff. See that? Now I understand why they had to say that on the radio. You got to say that so people could pick it up, be like, frozen solid? What you mean? Now you all over the place trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? But when that police officer went and touched her, what he said on the police car, we got a subject in the freezer, frozen solid, unresponsible. Look how when the police came in there, you ain't see no paramedics do no CPR on Kenneka for 3 hours. When rigor mortgage set in, you ain't even see the paramedic there, not even for 30 minutes. They came on the scene, yep, she dead, and got on out of there. But guess who stayed on the scene for 3 and 4 hours? The police. Come on, gang. Why the paramedics didn't do CPR on Kenneka for 3 hours? It don't need no CPR. It don't need, you know what I'm talking about? So what that doctor told y'all in Cabo 6 wasn't lie when they talking about they tried to vibe this girl for 3 hours. They got to tell you that because we know what was really going on in that 3 hours. It was a cover up. So you got to tell somebody and come up with something for 3 hours while you were there. Man, I like how you put that, Tara. The cover up crew. Man, I like that. Cause when you said that, this what flashed in my head. If you got a crooked ass police, right? And he come up on the murder scene. And then he get to the murder scene, he see what's going on. He know what's going on, right? You can't fool the police if you ain't just no smart ass criminal. So he get there, see what's going on, you know what I'm talking about? So if he decided wanna, you know what I'm talking about, cover it up, look, I can cover this up. How you cover it up? When y'all think about a police covering it up, he'll be comfortable with covering up a crime scene if he know a crooked ass funeral home director. It ain't, and then it got to be a Pacific one. You got to be in cahoots with the funeral home anyway, because you deal with murder cases. So you got a close relationship with who? The medical examiner office. Because when you go to a murder scene, you still got to take that body back to the medical examiner office because the medical examiner office got to tell you how the person died. Because you got all the evidence. So once you hear it out, you know, y'all get what I'm saying. So shit, you do murders. You done got 325 homicides. Let's say in Chicago, right? 320 homicides. There's 300 trips this crooked ass police officer done went and took the body to the medical examiner office, fabricating stories and shit. You got to know these persons. If I work at Burger King and I just flip burgers, how would I want to bust a scam and be like, I got some burgers for sale? First, I got to be cool with the cashier. Hey man, look, check this out. Them folk come in, let me know what they want to order, and we'll split the money up. Now you got another motherfuckers on the scheme. You see what I'm saying? So now you got this person, and boom, 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 then you gonna have to holler at the drive-thru. Look, they come in, don't record them, we're gonna split this shit up. I got you. Same way with the police, doctors, and all this shit. They know these people. They co-workers. They see the ambulance all the time. So when I would think about, well, why would they just Oh, they know these people's on a regular basis. See, when they go to murder scene, these the first people they gonna have to call. You know what I'm talking about? Watch this, gang.
Until the toxicology report come out. So the mother, that's what she's waiting on, and she's going to be working with the detectives from there because, you know, and I agree with them to protest because they have a right to protest and freedom of speech because they want answers and the public want answers too. But I really hope that anything was out of the ordinary that they was trying to hide.
Now, where you also said they even showed you the surveillance video camera outside of the hotel, so you see people who were at the party going in and out of there, right?
Now check this out. This the most important thing, right? Y'all remember what I told y'all? The parking lot footage is the most valuable piece in the Kenneka Jenkins case. The parking lot. That's the footage that people need to go back over, right? Over that parking lot footage. Because you can see it. You can understand it. Guess what he said about the parking lot? Remember when I told you? I said, dawg, look, y'all, it look like it's something going down in the parking lot. Oh my God, look, y'all, look. And I'm showing this shit, right? But I ain't had the full video. Look what he said about the parking lot.
Right? Out of the parking lot. You even got that video too, right?
Yeah, they have video of who was coming in and who was coming out, where people parked. Yeah, that place is well secured with
where people parked and everything. So they got video. Kenneka car. Ain't it strange you ain't got a video showing where Kenneka and them parked at, and it's video there. It's video that exists. Why you can't show that video? Cause Monique and them kept running back towards the car. Bree was already at the motherfucker. Running in and out the car cause she wouldn't have got the energy bull drink.
video surveillance. So
okay,
that's why I don't understand why so much of the infighting among each other just work.
And then check this out. And guess what that parking lot footage would have showed? What time and what day the party goer really left. You would have seen what T.Y. left. Nobody can't show me a video T.Y. leaving the hotel. Show me one video when y'all see T.Y., Peas, or Killer, or Tanasia and her group. Show me one video they left. Show me a video they left. Yeah, you see them in the parking lot. That don't mean shit. All that mean they in the parking lot. I ain't seen no video nobody left. And why we ain't gonna see that video nobody left? Because they ain't gonna be in the police report. Because they left days after that. That's why you only got 36 hours of footage. You supposed to have surveillance footage from the 7th all the way to the 15th. But you only just got surveillance of Saturday. 2 hours on, you got 2 hours of footage on the 8th, including the whole day Saturday. And that's it. You ain't got the full 36 hours. Then what make it so bad? I was like, this ain't even 36 hours of what I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even 36 hours. Watch this game.
Work together, as the mother wants them to do, work together and stop infighting on social media about this and about that. If you have something solid that they can work on that you know was wrong and you've seen it, then you need to be the one to be giving that to the detectives and stop spreading it on social media if it's not right.
Well, you know, because you speak to the law enforcement, what makes it so difficult? I mean, everybody. My husband jokes and he says everybody wants to be a Facebook detective, but it does make the job for law enforcement more difficult, correct?
Yeah, it makes it more difficult because if you're putting something out there on Facebook.
All it is, the reason why they don't want nobody putting nothing out there, because look what everybody putting out about the Shanquella case, exposing it. Then look what it led up to. corruption with doctors and police officers. They're supposed to be the same thing with the kenneka case.
Well, can they get it? And they're working on every lead that they get. You're the next person they're trying to contact. So if you're putting it out there, why run when you put it out there?
Yeah, that's a very, very, very good point.
Why run when you put it out there?
Yeah.
Look, y'all see this? They even got the timeline circled on this shit. Who they got? Look, who that is? With time and Instagram pictures. Ain't nobody see these videos. Ain't nobody seen these videos. See that, gang? Look how much shit that can still be uncovered in the case. Man, these folks got tenacious. This TY live. Y'all see this? This TY live right here. That when Tenacious was coming out. But look at these two lives right here. What those videos about? And look what it's showing.
That's a very, very, very good point. All right, Andrew.
Look, they y'all on Facebooks and groups and everything getting the tea. You see what I'm saying? It's more videos in the kenneka Jenkins case. And I wish they'd release it. Somebody that got a heart, you know what I'm talking about. Release the goddamn video and show us the world, man, what really happened to kenneka, man. She been in that fight and they got the fight video. Monifa got it. Couple of people's got it.
I appreciate you talking to us, and you're going to be meeting with the mother, and you're going to be talking with her and going with her to go look at this video, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I want to play, before you leave, I want to play something that was on William Calloway's page.
Look, watch this. 37,000 views. William Calloway. Look.
Was out there yesterday with the police, and it looks like he's talking to I don't know what is going on here with the internet here. We're having trouble. Why is our connection so bad here? It's so bad, Joni. It's so terrible. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm trying to play this interview that Jedediah Brown had with the police out there, and he's asking the guy questions, and he very clearly explains just what Andrew Holmes is saying about this. So let me see if I can get this to come up, and if not, I'm going to have to go to my own freaking cell phone to do it, like with two phones. I should be able to have so let me see if I can pull this up on my, Andrew, thank you that you are always passionate to help anybody who is going through something like this, and you understand what that's like.
Yes.
Hang on. Okay, I'm trying to, it's going to play with your page, William Campbell.
Watch this.
Here, Andrew, what I'm going to do is I'm trying to play this video here. Maybe that's for the Laquan McDonald videos released here in Chicago. A big story that became a national story when we had an officer, Jason Van Dyke, shoot him 16 times. So you might hear about the 16 shots in a cover-up. So it was William Calloway who
cover up in his case.
So what we're doing is we're following every avenue to get where we need to go by letting the evidence lead us. Now, one thing we can't do is we can't taint that evidence by giving it out. If we do that, now it can be construed any which way you want. We're looking to do our as you said, due diligence. We're doing the competent investigation. In order to do that, and sometimes it doesn't happen as fast as people like. We have, you know it, man. You're absolutely right. And so what we're doing is we're following it through. We're letting it go. We're doing our interviews. We're doing our surveillance reviews. We're doing our working with the medical examiner's office. We're doing everything so that when we...
Y'all see that? They got close ties with the medical examiner office. If they got close ties with the medical examiner office, right? if they got close ties with the medical examiner office. See that? Look.
Being in the freezer for so long is a problem. And there's no question, she died from hypothermia, right? She could have been out in Siberia. Those refrigerators are...
See that? Look how this two shit go together. Frank's K told me the police is in cahoots with the medical office, medical examiner office. The same people that falsified her autopsy report, they all members of the Royal Order Justice. So they going now by crooked autopsy report coming from a crooked police chief and they buddies working in the medical field.
We come to the end of this and we make a final statement. We're confident so that we're going to turn and we're going to say to the family, we can say confidently this is what the investigation has resulted in. We fully want to give them 100%. We want that poor woman who lost her child. I mean, she lost a child here, and that's where we got to maintain our focus. That's more important than anything else. This poor woman's got to bury a child. And that's our main concern.
And you just showed the humanity of the Rosemont Police Department. That was a very typical answer, but that's better than absolutely nothing.
That is where we are.
That's hurting from a dead child that was in the freezer.
And that's what everybody's forgetting here.
And guess what? You know who would have really been stellar saying something like that? The mayor. The mayor of the goddamn town. Chicago, y'all don't need to come to my city because I got competent investigators. We don't know, is it local in-house investigators or is it a task force? We want to feel good about what y'all doing and we want to make sure.
And look, and this could be one of the main reasons why the federal didn't even get involved. Because if Donna Stevenson was connected to the feds and they was close friends. He friends with the federal agents. The mayor is friends with federal agents. The big dogs. And Rosemont told them, "Now we don't need their help." And they replied. Hold on, don't it got to be a law or something that if a case like this happens, the feds got to say so over what they can do? Who is Rosemont to tell the Fed we don't need you? They can come over anytime and take over this case. See, they supposed to came in when they first seen the photos and heard the narrative like, wait a minute. I know this is corruption. Now I got to prove it.
Because we know a little bit about how also shit get misconstrued and anybody can be charged.
Absolutely.
We don't want that to happen.
Absolutely.
That's it.
100%.
We don't need to keep on this. Y'all really think that we want to have this problem?
No. And we understand that people want to know. We get that. And we want to be able to give the information. But I also don't want to give premature information that could be false. So can you guys...
See that? What information that he would get that's false? He ain't got no false information. They finna put out the false information. You got to get up all the evidence. Collect every evidence that you got. And since you got all the evidence, you get to manipulate what to show and what not to show. And come up with a narrative. And if the public go crazy about why the narrative like that, that's for you to decide to do your own investigation. Because they ain't finna tell you. But it's public information and you can find certain shit.
Can you let us know what level the freezer was on?
And I personally don't know, but the investigators have got all that. So can you guys... But I also don't want to give premature information that could be false.
So can you let us know? Can you let us know what level the freezer was on?
And I personally don't know, but the investigators have got.
See that? You don't know what level the freezer was on. So you don't know what floor the freezer was on. Right? Y'all heard this man?
immature information that could be false.
So can you let us know? Can you let us know what level the freezer was on?
I personally don't know, but the investigators have got all that, and they.
And the reason why he ain't gonna answer that question, look what the assistant beverage manager was doing with the police with Kenneka body on the lower level freezer. The lower level. Now you see why he stumbled over that question. Everybody do a little research, right? You know what I'm talking about? And you'll see why. Like, damn, go watch the footage. Just go watch that. You could go to 54 key video, right? Don't he look like the assistant beverage manager for one goddamn thing? He looked like the assistant beverage manager. So watch this. You got all those polices down there. And we see them on footage, but they told us they were searching. And the beverage manager down there too. But he moving the body. Y'all can't put that together and rule out that search shit and be like, that's when the police went down there, helped the assistant beverage manager, got her away from the lower level kitchen and moved her to the upstairs kitchen. That's what he lying about. That's the lie.
Will put that out.
Who's the lead detective in this case?
The lead detective right now is Detective D.I. Cova.
D.I.
Boom. And that's the same detective with the goddamn assistant beverage manager. Y'all see these folks on footage talking about it. On the lower level by the bathroom. Everything he said, I could play that footage. I can play that footage and show y'all why he talking. It'll make a whole lot of sense then. Be like, damn, Kenneka was down here the whole time.
And I'm telling you right now, we are putting all kinds of resources into this because we want an answer. We've spoken.
Cause look, he would have been told y'all, yeah, she was upstairs in the kitchen. You say, wasn't it? Yeah, she was upstairs in the kitchen. What level of the floor she was on? Upstairs in the kitchen. Let me ask you one more time. Where was Kenneka upstairs in the kitchen? This proof they didn't even know what they was gonna tell everybody. They ain't even have a story to tell us yet. They couldn't even come up with a lie. So only thing they could just say, we can't answer this at this time. This is an ongoing investigation. We need all the facts and we don't want to put nothing out there. Basically saying we don't want to put nothing they're going to incriminate us out there. And we just going to have all the focus on the friends.
To her mother. And I'm telling you right now, I feel for that woman. I really do.
We feel for her.
Well, everybody should. That's got to be the focus, and it's got to stay.
And not one time they looking at it like somebody did it at the party. They just going to buy on the surveillance footage. She walking drunk. That's what they sticking by. You see what I'm saying? They ain't saying nothing about putting pressure on motherfuckers that was at the party.
Stay the focus. And that's what we're trying to do is maintain the focus on what's really important here. That woman needs answers. And we want to give her those answers. But like I said, we want to be able to be confident that the
and keep this in mind. This another day, right? And the party goers is still at the hotel. That's the problem. Find out what date this video is, right? And go back to one of my lives when I showed y'all about the girl work at the hotel and look at the dates when she was at the hotel and look at the dates when he made this interview and put it together. Put it together. They knew where everybody was still at the Crown Plaza. Hold against their will.
Answers we're giving her are true and provable. Because if we can't prove it, then it's open for question, and we don't want that to happen.
Right.
We want to be able to give an honest answer that we can back up with investigative evidence.
So the surveillance footages that you guys have, you won't be releasing that anytime soon?
It will be released. I can't give you a timeline because we're going to use it until we're finished really finding out everything that we can out of it.
Make it long story, he just barely broke that shit down. We barely looking at the video and we going through it and we gonna have to delete and edit some things out that motherfucker, then give it to you.
We're going to use it as much as we can to find out as much as we can. So will it be released? Eventually it will become available. But my main concern has to be that we come out with the positive, provable investigation that I can confidently turn over to that family and say, here's what happened, and I'm sure of it. If I can't say I'm sure of it, then what kind of pain am I going to put that poor mother through?
No, that's word. That's
I
word.
don't know.
If has the medical examiner concluded the autopsy yet?
As far as I know, it is not completely finished yet, and they have some other parts that they have to do, and we don't have any control over the.
No, we get that. We get that.
It's independent, and we're kind of reliant on them to when they release it to us. But believe me, I've worked with them before. They're not gonna skip any steps. They're gonna do what needs to be done so that they in turn can give us.
Whoa, we gonna do. He just slipped up. Look, he just slipped up, gang, to just show you he in cahoots with him. Listen.
Believe me, I've worked with them before. They're not gonna skip any steps. They're gonna do what needs to be done. So
we're gonna do what it need to be done.
To us, but believe me, I've worked with them before. They're not gonna skip any steps. They're gonna do what needs to be done so that they in turn can give us information that we can. That's where the public is the most helpful. And you guys are doing, hey, you guys are putting the word out. We're getting phone calls because of what you guys are doing. God is.
That's what they don't want. Cause look how strong, look, check this out. Look how strong we can be if we all come together, right? Cause I'm gonna tell you, this is what's gonna separate us. If you got 100 people trying to get justice, we got to come together and be on the same page. You can't just go out there and present a group of people and everybody got their own theory of what happened. You see what I'm saying? That's why we need to be here putting these pieces together. They ain't gonna do it for us. We got to do that. But we can't do that if everybody want to go on with their own little shit. Man, them folks not gonna take us serious because they gonna be, look, he believing in this shit, he believing in this shit. What if we all come together and hit their ass? You know what I'm talking about? And they ain't gonna see that shit coming. Cause y'all see what CNN doing with the Shanquella Robinson case, Fox News. Look at all the big media news outlets giving y'all the runaround, and you don't even know it. These people acting like this shit brand new to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. I sat back and I just watched the news media and just watched how they report shit. I didn't even went back to the 80s, gang, and was looking at old murder cases and all this shit before they had cell phones. Boy, they really screwed up the news then, back in the 80s and 90s. Cause nobody want hip to cause back then when they report a police shooting, a police killed a black man. And we like, damn, I want to know why the police shot him. Then you hear about he was running and the police. And then look, when you read about the police shot a black man back in the days and on the news, the black man had a gun. The black man had a gun, he died, the police shot. Now we like, damn, he had a fucking gun, man. He should have dropped that motherfucker. Told me at the crime scene. That's what I'm going to go by and start my investigation from there. Why this body, and I'm not reading about bowel movements in the freezer. Why I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's their job to make the killing justified. You see what I'm saying?
So what you're talking about is effective. What you're talking about, the public wanting information. Hey, two-way street, guys. We want it from them. We want to know what they know. If they know something, then they can help us. Whether it's concluding the investigation faster or more accurately, we're all for it.
Okay.
We want it. We want their help.
Okay, so guys, I'm playing for you, and Andrew, you could hear that, right? I was playing it. Somebody's trying to call me. Who's calling me? I'm on live right now.
Y'all heard that? They calling, blowing that lady phone up. She like, who calling me? And that lady said, what, you posting this? Y'all heard that lady in the back said, wait a minute, you posting this?
Right? I was playing it. Somebody's trying to call me. Who's calling me? I'm on live right now.
See that shit? Look, she wasn't supposed to do this.
So guys, I'm playing for you, and Andrew, you could hear that, right? I was playing it. Somebody's trying to call me. Who's calling me?
See that? They said, man, they done called about 3 times. He's so busy into look, she in her reporter mode, right? She putting it, she piece it together as we see it. That's all she's doing. She piecing together. She got all her evidence. She going it over what Andrew Holm know, what Jedediah know, because she already got some of the police report. So she kind of putting everything together with videos, where kenneka at in the freezer. Look.
I'm on live right now. Oh, people want to talk? Andrew, you there?
People want to talk. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so you just heard the police talking, and he's, explaining why this social media blowing this up and blowing this out of proportion makes it difficult for them to do, because every time, as you have explained to people, every time somebody posts something, that means the police have to track them down, which is part of their investigative, their duty, and they don't mind doing it, but it does add to the time that they need then to complete the investigation.
Boom! Case closed. Case closed on that. What she just said. Case closed. Lock them up. Again, the party goers is in the room. And she talking to Andrew Holm. They in room 926. And she saying this shit when they getting on her ass.
This social media blowing this up and blowing this out of proportion makes it difficult for them to do, because every time, as you have explained to people, every time somebody posts something, that means the police have to track them down, which is part of their investigative, their duty. And
because they were still posting online, right? They still posting online. Nobody didn't know this but the people, you know what I'm talking about, that know these folks. They still posting online in the hotel room.
They don't mind doing it, but it does add to the time that they need then to complete the investigation.
Hi, y'all. Hi, y'all, Jack. It don't make no sense how this case can be open. Guess what, guys? This case could be open with flying color if we know how to present it the right way. You know what I'm talking about? Now I'm quite sure, you know what I'm saying? I don't know the updates on the kenneka Jenkins case, because it ain't been no updates yet. I don't know where the lawyer at with it. I just know what would happen in the courtrooms and stuff like that. And they ain't just really talking too much, but it's just so much. It just so much cover up with these 2 cases. I need to go to Shanquella job. You know what I'm talking about? Cause look, everything what she just basically said, here go the timelines events. Since she mentioned the timelines events, look at this timeline.
You guys see this amazing truck? My car insurance company was totally ripping me off for it until I found this.
And don't forget, in the beginning of the Shanquella case, they ruled it an accident. The Felly Riley did. Don't forget that part. And then don't forget they ruled it an accident. But the federal investigation opened up the case, and Mexico immediately started, we need to file warrants out and all this old shit. Now look at the timelines events on this case.
Well, the story of what happened to a Charlotte woman in Mexico continues right now to evolve tonight. And Queen City News does a deep dive on what the timeline of what happened and when. Well, Queen City News anchor Morgan Francis broke.
That's why timeline is important of the case. Once you think about the kenneka Jenkins, the time was important then. Everybody was like, I want to know what time this was, what time that was. And then once everybody got to ask an old question about the time, you had to have YouTube to come out and start showing blurry videos and cropping out the time. So they let you know straight drop knew how to present the kenneka Jenkins case and tried to get away with it until somebody catch on to what he doing. Cause look, y'all think on land, I got this sucker house pulled up right now, Jack. It's right here. Him, his daddy house, and his ugly ass, Mexican ass baby mama. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I stay on this shit. You see what I'm talking about? Man, I know all these sucker families and friends. I'm just keeping a close eye on these suckers. Know what I'm talking about? Everything I told y'all in the beginning, I'm like, man, I remember what these summer bitches tried to do to me. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, I'm finna start looking these suckers up and keep a close tab on these niggas and keep my mouth closed. You know what I'm talking about? I got all the information that I need about Straight Drop, him, his daddy, his family, and the rest of these thunder booty motherfuckers. You feel what I'm talking about? They still don't get away, Jack. They don't mean that because they ain't posting nothing and all these old. You still did it, bitch. I got him, his dad, all that shit on her. So look at the timelines event. Think about Straight Drop. When he presented the kenneka Jenkins case, and when he was trying to talk about it, it confused everybody on the timeline. Look at this shit.
This story, she's live right here in the studio with us tonight. Morgan, this story has captured the attention of just so many, and as I said, still evolving.
Yeah, Alicia, it really is. As new information comes out, it puts into question other details we've learned in the wake.
Look, the kenneka Jenkins timeline ain't all over the place with me. I know what it is. I know the time on that John. I got it down pat. I'm just trying to be real precise with it, like each and every second. You know what I'm talking about? The case already been broken down. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody know what happened. But when I was breaking her case down, I'm trying to walk every minute of her path. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out those gaps, like when one camera skips 30 minutes. I'm trying to pinpoint what will be on these cameras going on for 30 minutes and why is it 30 minutes? Was they was in this area for 30 minutes? Or what there was a high traffic area, they had to turn this camera off and on because this the route they constantly taking. See what I'm saying? So when I follow the time skips on the camera, it gives you the route. And I said, God damn, she must have had to went this way because of what the camera, you know what I'm saying? I follow each time skip on each camera. And guess what it revealed? A digital footprint how it went down. A digital footprint. So once I figured out the digital footprint, I caught on to the YouTuber scam. Like, oh, they trying to act like they don't know what's going on. No wonder why they cropped out the tiny blurry those images. No wonder why people just disappear off the camera like how the way it was. I can do that same shit.
Of Shanquella Robinson's death. Tonight we learned more about the timeline of events in the inconsistencies that need to be cleared up. Family says Shanquella Robinson arrived to their luxurious ocean view home, Villa Linda 32, on October 28th. The guest.
Keep this in mind. They ain't give you the timeline when they actually arrive. It's a reason for that. And you want to know why it's a reason? Why they ain't give you the timeline of when she actually arrived? Before we even get started, what the timeline when she actually arrived? And that's the first part of the investigation. Now you missing what time she actually arrived. Cause I want to see surveillance footage when she first got there. Who was all there with her? Know what I'm talking about? We don't even know if Wiggins came with her. With them. And got back on the plane with the Texas. And Jen jumped back on the plane from Texas and came back. The flight cheap. I ain't no probably like about $100 or something. You know what I'm talking about? 2-hour flight. That ain't no like about $100 something, right? $250, something like that. I don't know nothing about no plane tickets or nothing like that. But goddamn. It probably would have showed some shit like that. It would show you the whole fucking group and who would lie. So boom. Then they want to start a timeline from her when she got settled down, all at the room and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
List notes there were 7 people on the trip. Robinson called her mom to tell her a chef was cooking them dinner that night.
I say, well, okay.
That was at night. She got the call that night, but what time it was at Cabo time? Right? And now since we know, they called that lady, look, when her daughter called her that night, right? Listen to this.
Okay, I love you, have a good night.
And she talked to her the next day.
That lady didn't talk to her daughter the next day. They called her the next day and said she wasn't feeling well. And what time that was? 4 o'clock. Cabo time, which will be 6 o'clock in her time.
We know at some point Robinson was violently assaulted by another woman.
This video was early in the morning between the hours of 7 and 8 o'clock, right? Shortly after this video, she died. Shortly after this video, the girl dead. Let's say 15 minutes after this video. In the morning time. Gotta put a time on it.
Inside the villa. Picture comparison with the villa's online photo gallery confirms the fight happened in the master suite. Multiple people watched the fight, encouraging Quella to fight back.
Quella, can you at least fight back?
No. She says no before she's thrown to the ground and punched and kicked in the head.
And right here, that's the blow that killed the girl. Look. That's the blow that killed the girl. This video evident this how her neck got broke. Right? And she died 15 minutes after that video. This why this video was cut short. Because she never got up from this video. She never got up on this video. Look.
And back of the neck. Investigative reporter Gerardo Zuniga with Metropolimix shared the police report with Queen City News.
So that means Shanquella died that morning between the hour 7 and 8 something. 7 and 8 o'clock, right? In the morning. And then let's go what the doctor said if he got the call at 2:16. Remember this. The maid found the girl slumped. And that's what time? A little bit after 12 o'clock. That means they were with that girl body for hours before the maid show up. Then when you think about Wiggins' story, right? Watch how Wiggins' story finna make sense. Because he admitted he was there and waiting on the doctor to show up and the maid. Watch this. He was there and the maid, look, he was there when the maid show up. That's why he said nobody don't want to talk about when the maid show up. Now I understand why nobody don't want to talk about when the maid show up. Because the maid walked in on the murder scene. She popped up on them. They already got the girl in the bed trying to come up with a way what to tell the mama. And keep this in mind. Denasia work in the medical field, Alicia Hyatt work in the medical field, and Donovan Winterford work in the medical field. All these people could have treated her injuries. That's what they went to college for. That's how they came up with a story, alcohol poison, because they were going to use that video of them drinking and to tell everybody, damn, she was alcohol poison. I don't even see how that happened, because you got a video of that. But the problem was a video of the fight already been leaked. So it killed all the alcohol poison theory. You see what I'm saying? So boom. When the maid went in there and found her, the maid walked around looking for them. And when the maid walked around looking and she found them, then they act like they ain't know what happened, like it was just something new, like the maid, like, look, you don't know your friend, unresponsive. No, they all rushing there try to play like it's new to them. So now they putting on the show like, man, we need to call a doctor. So next thing you know, now you see how now you can see why the doctor said he got to call around 2 something. Cause the maid came in, found her after 12. So just say around about 12:30. So she found a friend. Ain't no telling how long it took for her to find a friend. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. At this time, it's going on 1 o'clock. Boom, now everybody in the room with her trying to figure out what happened. So now it's going on 2 o'clock. They've decided to call a doctor. Then the doctor ride where with them after 2 o'clock with the maid. Say he doing CPR. That's a lie, because the body been dead for hours. So what was his real intention in showing up? Now you got to think about, damn, what's really going on with this doctor and why this doctor is so involved with these strangers and jeopardizing his career over this shit. Maybe somebody know the doctor. Maybe they know the doctor. Because you know, when you in the medical field and shit, you know, doctors travel all over the world, especially colleges, to give out sermons and studies and shit. You see what I'm saying? So watch this.
It says on October 29th at 2:13 p.m., the group called for a doctor, telling that doctor Robinson drank too much alcohol and they wanted to give her an IV at 3.
And they wanted to give her an IV. Now you understand why they insisted giving her an IV. Because they nurses and shit. They nurses. They just wanted that doctor there to make it look like they would try to do medical treatment. It'll just say, if you walk up, just say if the maid came and seen the doctor in there and got Shanquella up on IVs and treating her, it wouldn't even look suspicious. You know, it wouldn't even look suspicious. Be like, oh damn, you know what happened to her? Oh, she alcohol poison and stuff. He treating her now. Oh, good. Thank y'all for getting her help. But this a whole murder scene. That's why looks can be deceiving. So watch this. So if the doctor got there at 2:13, remember the best friend called the mama at one time 4 something. So you got the doctor there at 2 something. Knew the body been dead for hours. So if he got there at 2 something, he gonna say, damn, I know she had to been dead about a couple of hours. They're gonna go back to about 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. Why is y'all not just calling me now? Oh shit, I'm gonna need some money then. How much money you got? I'ma need that. Let me call the police. Look, police, y'all come on up here. I got a little, you know what I'm talking about? Check this out.
3:15 p.m., the doctor arrived and noted Robinson had a poor verbal response in a drunken state.
That's his lie to cover up what happened. Look, because he showed up at what time? 3:15. The autopsy report said what time she died? At 3 o'clock. Guess why the autopsy report said at 3 o'clock? Because that's where the doctor was there at 3 o'clock, and he knew it happened way before that time, right? Since it's evidence of a doctor being there, change your story and say you arrived at that motherfucker at 3 and tried, and she had poor signs, right? She had poor signs, right? That's the cover up part right there. Wow.
With stable vital signs and was dehydrated.
Say she dehydrated round about this time. So now you know when the doctor arrived, they came up with a story. Maybe they called a crooked ass doctor and asked for an advice. What do we need to do at a time like this? And he gave them a suggestion of what they need to do. Cause now he there at 3 o'clock all the way to the police showed up. Right? So boom, the doctor get there 3:15. Nobody was dead for hours. So between the hours of 3 and 4 o'clock, you know the doctor asking what happened. He see the bruises and they talking about it. So at some point in time around 4 o'clock, Kylie called the mama.
Dr. Carolina Beatriz Ornelias Gutierrez recommended they transfer Robinson to the hospital, but her friends insisted they treat her on site. At 4:20, Robinson had a seizure.
That's the lie. She ain't had no seizure at 4:20. You got to say things like this. A doctor, you gonna have to, first of all, they gonna have to come up with some to explain the timeline. Now you see how specific they is with the timeline, just like Nigeria did. Now when you go back to the kenneka jenkins case, that's why you had 2 goddamn timelines. You see what I'm saying? And then when I was trying to express the timeline to people, I know some people just don't know. Some people just want to hear about the case and want to see justice. You know what I'm saying? But they just don't want to go to the full process to understanding the timestamps and why it's skipping all over the place. Why the time is so confusing. You can't stop time in real life. You see what I'm saying? You can do it on video cameras and all this, but in real life, you can't stop the time. Cause look, Kylie called the mama round about this time while the doctor came up with a side of his story. Well, look, I'm gonna just say I'm doing seizures and shit.
And that's when her friend, named in the report as Wenter Donovan, called 911 to request an ambulance. During that time, Robinson's condition deteriorated.
So that's where you get your story. Now you got a story from after 3 o'clock when the girl died. Just to cover up what happened that morning. You see what I'm saying, gang? I'm reading between this shit. And I ain't even the smartest man in the world, Jack. You see what I'm saying? The reason why most people be confused and they be in conspiracy mode, because they just don't sit down and just actually do their own investigation. Go to Google, read some documents, save it in your head. You see what I'm saying? Listen to some of the news articles. Then, you know what I'm saying, you can see what's really going on for yourself. Because you might got people want to explain it to you and don't know how to explain it. They say like, I don't know how to explain none of this shit. I'm just doing the best I can. I just know what I see. You see what I'm saying? I can comprehend things. Cause I can match this case up with other cases. Like the Lisa Lamb case. She died in the hotel. They said she was an accident. And guess why they said it was an accident? Because they used her health records. They used her health records to prove it was an accident just because she was mentally ill. I guess she paranoid schizophrenic and she probably wasn't taking her meds. So they gonna say she wasn't taking her meds and that's why she walking all over the place and couldn't comprehend that she crawling into a goddamn water tank. They can't say she was drinking. They can't say she was drugged because it ain't even a symptom. It ain't gonna show up in the autopsy report. So what you gonna have to use? Well, what's her medical history? Well, only thing we know, she was mentally ill. Oh yeah? Oh, we could use that and say she was wandering around and shit. Come on, gang. If I look right now, if I ain't smoked no weed today, I ain't even blaze up a blunt today. Cause I've been so busy. Right? So if I jump in my car right now and wreck my car and I killed myself, first thing they gonna say since I got weed in my system, you know what I'm talking about? That would contribute to my death. What if I pop the X pill later on that night and it's still in my system? What they gonna say? He had drugs in his system at the time he was dying. Just like the George Floyd case. That man had fentanyl in his system, right? But that don't mean that he was high at the time when the police was doing that shit to him. Maybe he got high a day before that and it's just still in his system. Just because it's still present in his system, they said this what really caused his death. Don't y'all know what really caused that George Floyd death? Look, go back to the video. The officer got the knee on his neck right behind the exhaust pipe where the truck running at. So you got fumes in his system, carbon dioxide. And that's what killed the man. The knee on the neck and plus the exotic fumes that were coming out the muffler of the car. And that's what killed them. Guess what the autopsy said was else in this system? What they call that when you know, like when you crank your car and let your car warm up in the garage. You know what I'm talking about? What they call that shit if you sit in the car and you was going to sleep. I forgot what they called it. But that's why he had him down there for 8 minutes with a knee on his back because he knew what he was doing. He knew that man was inhaling all that goddamn exotic smoke from the truck. And it's making the engine more worse. The man started foaming at the mouth. That what helped them kill them. Carbon dioxide, yeah. They had carbon dioxide. Look, it was more carbon dioxide in his system than drugs. That what really killed him. It wasn't because of the knee on the neck. The knee on the neck. He was struggling to breathe. But the little breath that he was catching was nothing but goddamn carbon dioxide poison. And that's what killed the man. But since we know that's a knee on the neck, the knee was to contribute to the murder. No doubts about that, but the cause of the murder was the carbon dioxide poison. So that's why the jury convicted him. Because when they looked at the tape, they knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. So look, watch this.
Dr. Gutierrez declared her deceased just before 6 p.m. The Doctor was with Robinson for nearly 3 hours, a large discrepancy with her death certificate, which says she died 15 minutes after her injury. Another inconsistency, her time of death, which is noted as 3 p.m. on her death certificate and 6 p.m. in the police report. Police who were called to the villa at 5 p.m. arrived at 5:25. They tell Queen City News friends also told officers Robinson had alcohol poisoning, something they say they knew was false when her autopsy came back.
They knew she was dead. They knew she was dead, gang.
On November
At 3 o'clock. They knew she was dead when the doctor arrived at 3. The doctor knew she'd been dead for an hour, so it had to be some kind of bribery charge for him to be sticking around from 3 o'clock all the way to 6 o'clock when the police get there, right? So that means he was there at with these folks to 6 o'clock while Kylie was calling the mama at 4 something, telling her she alcohol poisoned. So right about 4 something, they got their story together. This the first call that went out to the mama now. And when the mama got the call, it gonna be 6 o'clock her time. So boom. So she getting a call later on in the evening, right? So boom. And her daughter was already dead that morning. So boom. So basically saying her daughter was already dead half of the day. At 5 something, the ambulance show up. Cause now you got to do what? Call the ambulance, and then the police gonna have to show up, right? That's mandatory. That's part of the protocol. So this where they gonna come in and fit in there. Cause this finna cover up the police and the ambulance. Cause when they get there, they knew the body was dead. They just gonna document it. We try to do CPR and try to revive her. And you know what I'm saying? All this just to back up what the doctor did. You see what I'm saying? Just to bag up the doctor did. So all these people is working together while the Cabo 6 in trouble. Come on, gang. You could put this timeline together. Look, this only thing you need.
Speaking the truth speaks to Queen City News, telling us she doesn't believe the story her daughter died of alcohol poisoning, something her so-called friends were also telling the family. On November 10th, Robinson's body arrived back home to family along.
So boom, the doctor was gonna go along with the alcohol poison, just like Kylie was gonna go along with the alcohol poison. But they screwed up in the paperwork and actually put the injuries on there. If they would have left the injury out, you know what I'm saying, and documented the way they planned it on documenting, they would have got away with it. This case would have never, look, they would have got away with it, and we would have never heard nothing about no Shanquella Robinson. No, I'm talking about. They would have got away with it. But when you think about a cover up, right? When you thinking about a cover up, it's gonna be hard to keep track up with everything you need to cover up. So it's gonna be some screw ups in there for you to pick up on. It's just like the master eat at the table, right? And he dropping crumbs, and you know he gonna leave some on the plate for you to fuck with. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm doing. I'm just picking up the scrap and making my own meal out of this shit, Jack.
Along with her death certificate, which listed her cause of death, a severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the top vertebrae in the neck.
Now, once you look at this picture of this, now let me show y'all this, gang. I'm gonna be right back. Hold on, gang. Now look, watch this. Now look at this. Don't it make sense now? Why kenneka covering up her neck? And if you really look close, look, examine kenneka neck real closely. And listen to what they said about in Shanquella case, right? And look, why you think they plumped Kenneka up just like they did Shanquella? Come on, gang. Cause look, check this out. The reason why they got two pictures of Kenneka showing two different positions, or maybe they didn't. Cause look, if you look at Kenneka's face, now y'all can look at this picture since you know a lot about rigor mortis, powder mortgage, and all this timelines and video surveillance footage. Everything you know about the Kenneka Jigga case, I put this on. I put this on my life, right? The timelines on Kenneka. Whatever the camera say, if it say 3, investigate it at 3. Then go to the other side of the camera where the other time stamp at and investigate it that what that time say. If it say 2, and investigate that at 2. And watch what you come up with, gang. Now check this out. I can't come up with nothing else new in the Kenneka Jigga case because everything that's already exposed is in the light. I mean, like, people be trying to treat the Kenneka Jigga case like this a new episode. Like, yeah, they got a new Black Panther movie coming out. It don't work like that. You got all the evidence, right? But it's still more things to be discovered through the hotel, the goddamn police, and the forensic. If you ask me, them the next people to be investigated. Just say like the feds investigating the police and the doctor. Why the feds they investigate Rosemont and their goddamn funeral home director? And the goddamn it, the forensic doctor. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying, right?
It indicated to family she had been beaten. On November.
So look at Kenneka. She been beaten. This girl was beaten. And there's video footage of it, gang, and we just can't even see it. We can't even see it. I don't even think we'll never see it. I don't even never think we'll actually see what really happened to Kenneka on video, and this is it. We know that girl was beaten, and we know that girl was in multiple places throughout that hotel. Look at her nose. Look at her nose, guys. You can see the destruction. When look, think about what Wiggins said when he said the doctors and the nurse had to point out to all the swollen and all the lip. You know what I'm talking about? I'm quite sure her face will be looking just like this. With her eyes open. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. One thing I learned about her body, way Kenneka's facial expression is on her face, her eye was open when she died. The police closed her eye. And the reason why I said that, you had to close her eye because you finna take a picture of her. And the eyes would have gave you a timeline when the picture was taken. That's all I'm saying. So anything you want to know about the case as a cover up, this is the reason why her eyes closed, and that's the reason why her hand is around her neck and her up under her neck with her hand laying on top of her hair. So if she was laying face down, how her hair is wrapping around her neck like a noose. Look, not only is up under the neck, but it's going around the neck back again. So whatever's around her fucking neck is visible and you can see it. You can look at the way she looking. And then, don't you know how Shanquella, look, y'all see the video right here. Look. Right here, gang. Look how she's sitting up. That's how she died. The reason why she could be able to sit up like this. You fighting. Your body generate heat. Once you in a fight and somebody give you a death blow, your body can lock up and paralyze itself and lock just the way she is on the floor. Look at Kenneka. Same similar shit. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even be surprised if this look. And I told y'all like this here. This probably how Kenneka was really found. And not face down, because it ain't no evidence of her laying face down. Her nose would have been caved in, her lip would have been, her whole face would have became the float. You see what I'm saying? Man, that photo hurt my heart too. But man, people look, check this out. This shit hurt my heart so much because not only that the photo hurt, it's what's in the photo more disturbing. I mean, that's why I be raising more hell about this, because this your evidence you can put in court of the foul play. I can break this whole picture down. This how her hair was when she left out the room. It was freezing already. Not in this condition, but look, you even got her hair right here. This a different hairstyle. They got two different hairstyles on Kenneka, y'all. They even switched the hairstyles up on us. You see what I'm saying? And then once you heard the rumor about Kenneka was getting slammed in the freezer, the macho theory. Look, check this out. When it come to that letter, I don't know if that junk real or fake, but I don't know. It's hard to say. But whoever wrote it know a lot about the murder. It could be a throw off letter, or it could be one of those letters. Be like, look, read it closely and see, can you pick up what I'm trying to say? You see what I'm saying? It might be something to that letter because look who gave it to us, the Gina McGill lady, and you got to think about it. How she get the motherfucker? Nobody don't even want to talk about that. Everybody still stuck on the macho story. Y'all need to be over there, find that lady up, be like, man, look, how you get the letter and how it came about? Cause since she presented it, she gonna have to explain it. Just like I present my letter, I'm gonna have to explain everything that come with it. I done had people approach me about that letter. I couldn't do nothing but defend my letter, what the letter said, and walk you through it. If you don't believe me, let me walk you through it so I can show you what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So look, if you look at the top of her head, some was hit on top of her head. Look on her temple. Look how swollen her face is. Look with her hand there. Look what she protecting. Her fucking neck. When I see this picture, I see a woman with a killer and he's strangling her. And she trying her best to survive and trying to break that whatever's around her neck. She trying to get a grip on it. And if you look at that closely, man, you can see tears and everything, like the dry crud and everything in the girl's eyes. The girl was crying and everything. Train yourself to look at this picture. Know what I'm saying?
degrees, right? They're freezers. So the normal body temperature coming over here, your temperature right now, hopefully, once you got a fever, is 98.6, right? Now, that's where we're supposed to be. Your body will shut down in order to preserve itself as the temperatures begin to fall. It's trying to make sure it doesn't have a problem. So you get between 48 and 56 degrees, it all shuts down. Your breathing, meditation, everything. This is a catastrophe. Walk-in freezers have a temperature. They're required to have a temperature of 0. So if you go from 98.6 to 0 and on the way there, you'll get this temperature. It is hard to say how long it took Kenneka to freeze to death. We don't know. Now, can I ask one other thing of you?
And that's what they want to keep a mystery. We don't know how long it take her to freeze to death. Really? That's really by him saying that people gonna look at it like, yeah, we don't know. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Cause I do. That body don't look frozen to me. And this ain't the original crime scene.
I wouldn't be here today. And if you go look up the cases, you will see that all of them, except for one when I was 18 years old, you will see that all of them has been tied to the NC beat me, exposing crooked ass lawyers, okay? And when fucked up friends, you know, want to get online and go off on you, and then you get online and go off on you, they want to run down there and file cyber stalking charges. So at the end of the day, we're good. We're good. So at the end of the day, post what you want to post, because I don't give a fuck. And I'm going to keep saying,
we got our first dead body. Buddy. Got our first dead body. Buddy. First dead body. Buddy.
So that means if this at 8:45, now you could tell he wasn't even thinking about the timeline. Look, he wasn't even thinking about the timeline at first. Team no sleep, 8:45, laughing emojis. She already sleep at 8:45.
First dead body. We got our first dead body.
He just told you we got our first dead body at 8:45. So that means the minute that she got there, somebody wanted her dead. That's what I got out of that. Cause when they got there, they just got there, settled down, ate shelf food, and took it to play the drinking game. Now the girl on the bed sleep. And next thing you know, we got our first dead body. So that means Denasia, you know, him and Denasia knew what was gonna go happen then. He's saying this at 8:45, and the next morning she actually dead. But y'all must forgot about when Monifa said, put her in the freezer. Look how similar this shit is. Look, hold on. Why? Let me show it to you. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let y'all hear it.
I'm gonna get it to that girl over there.
Listen, gang.
We got our first dead body. Buddy. Our first dead body. Buddy. First dead body. Buddy.
Same shit, gang. Y'all see everything similar. Only thing that's different about the case when that journalist dude told everybody the truth, that's the only difference about it. He the one that gave every look. If he wouldn't have said what he said, I'm quite sure, goddamn, it would have still been a cover up. See what I'm saying? He ain't pulled no Andrew Holmes. Put it in the freezer. We got our first dead body. And these the two best friends saying this shit. These two best. This is what Kenneka, legendary best friend, saying about putting her in the freezer, and her best friend Shanquella talking about he got his first dead body. And look, Kenneka right here. And it look like she co-inherent. Cause look how they catch everybody off guard, Jack. Man, this some more evil and satanic shit. That man, this just showed me how dumb and stupid people is, man. Look.
Dead buddy. Buddy. She too full.
Man. That's all I'm seeing, gang. I look at these cases and then look, and I'm gonna tell you what I think what being inspiring a lot of cases. Cause these lot of cases, people will be clout chasing off of. You see what I'm saying? You got people, these cases be inspiring people because if you got a bunch of people tuning in and they ain't got the mindset like they got it, and it's like somebody gonna do a reenactment of these murders because they see how social media is. They'll go for anything. See what I'm saying? They'll go for anything. That's one thing I learned about social media. If you could put a story out there and it sound hot, you could, boy. And you got some people out here just don't give a fuck. Really, they just that just tell me what happened so I can go on and watch some of my other shit. You know what I'm talking about? You got some people that don't even know what happened. They just going off what other people saying and they just reporting what other motherfuckers said. And they'll make it harder for a motherfucker to understand a real person that's actually trying to break down the truth. Now think about this in the Shanquella case. You know who some of the messy people was behind this case and stuff. You see what I'm saying? I was looking at the channel, I was like, damn, why she finna he trying to stir up the narrative. Cause at first he tried to come out like he got some tea. He was finna break it down about some I ain't gonna say his name, but he was finna break it down like, yeah, Kylie, this the reason why they did this, cause Kylie and something else about it was finna get messy about some somebody messing with somebody and they ain't want nobody to get hurt. Some shit like that until breaking news hit. And when the reporter came out and told everybody what happened, now he wanna you know what I'm talking. I said, oh, look at this shit. I don't even see how a motherfucker follow that sucker. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna say no name, but god damn. That's why I hate certain YouTube because you know what I'm saying? Man, they let some of this shit get to their motherfucking head and just throw anything now. And that shit be intentionally, man. I mean, like, if you hear a rumor about it, you know that rumor fall. Why even, you know what I'm talking about, even make a whole thing and breaking the rumor down and all this old shit? Nah, they be like, man, look, that shit ain't real. Yeah, you got a bunch of clickbait motherfuckers out here. You know what I'm talking about? Like, look at all the reports. Like, Danae's arrested, Danae's arrested, Danae's arrested. Then I'm looking at the comments and the people like, oh, she arrested. Oh my God, I can't believe justice coming. Why somebody gonna crack? And then the next thing you know, when you Google it, you like, you don't hear none of this shit. You know what I'm talking about? When I see people fused on murder cases, that just let me know you ain't did your research, your homework, really. You know what I'm talking about? Because I feel like if you interested in the case, you know what I'm talking about, and all this old shit, the worst thing you could do is go to YouTube. And you better get all the information that you can get. I remember my first video when I told everybody when I went on their website, and I'm like, damn, they saying this another girl died. And I'm like, no, I'm like, hell no, you know what I'm saying? And I wish I could find their website again, because they were talking about Alicia Hyatt's sister. They were talking about it was another girl that died that day. I'm like, oh, hell no, something ain't right. No. But somebody heard that and they were actually that girl's sister. And I wish I could find the article again so I can click back on it, because when I read the skin, I'm like, man, they clickbait and some old shit. But it could have been, or it could have been that. You know what I'm talking about? But like I said, gang, I'm gonna get on up out there, John. I just want to just go live and just talk about the Shanquella case, talk about the kenneka jenkins case. You know what I'm talking about? Cause I'm finna put some things together. You know, I'm thinking about putting a couple of videos together and you know what I'm saying, and present this shit. Cause people need to learn about what's important of the case. Timelines. Can't solve no robbery if you don't know what time the gunman showed up. You see what I'm talking about? If you don't care nothing about the time, right, you know, just say, what if you accuse somebody and you like, why you accusing me? And this person could show you and got a strong alibi. Just say, like, right now, if one of the Cowboys sits with my friend, right? And I go online and you know what I'm talking about, the first thing people, you trying to cover up for him. What if I actually knew and I was like, well, look at Nigeria. I kind of understand this story. He basically trying to protect everybody that was there. It's like he gonna take the downfall with his friends. And that's the way I was looking at the case. What if I said that and then I know him personally? The first thing people gonna be like, oh man, you trying to take up for him, and then you gonna have other YouTubers like, look, they trying to plot to come up with an narrative. It gonna go that way. You see what I'm saying? Look how many YouTubers that have fake people come on their account. Don't they just show you how slow people live. Why would you even, since a person came and you be like, yeah, I'm Shanquella Cuz, I want to jump on your panel. Oh yeah? Yeah. Look, I got a cut. You instantly hopped on that. They just let me know not to watch your shit. If you that comfortable with anything coming your way. You see what I'm saying? That really, look, why jeopardize your whole channel on the clickbait? You see what I'm saying? Some people just don't be thinking, you know what I'm talking about? Some people just don't think about this shit. Some people think they'll make a video and it'll be clickbait. You must forget about justice. You must forget about when justice come, we got court and everything to go by. So that means when another murder happens, ain't no motherfucker finna be like, yeah, let's go back to, no. You see what I'm talking about? Especially at a season like this, you better drop all the videos you can drop now. You know what I'm about? Holidays here. You see what I'm saying? Dumb shit. I'm talking about just completely dumb shit, gang. Pie y'all. Pie y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So what y'all think, gang? Y'all like, share, subscribe. You see what I'm talking about? Hit that notification bell and become the pie y'all gang. And stay tuned in. Yeah. Cause it's a lot of YouTubers that got the facts though. Look, it's a lady on here, man. I ain't even gonna lie. It's a few people on here that's talking they shit on this John on the Shanquella case, and man, and I'm like, man, they got it so good. I'm like, the only thing they need to do is look at it as a detective. Well, look at it. I advise them to be like, well, look, on their spare time, go online and Google some shit about detective police work, crime scenes. Just look at old videos of bodies and you know what I'm talking about. I'd be looking at images, what a body look like in the river that's flowing. I might need that information later on in case a video might go viral that a body surface on the, you know what I'm talking about. It could be part of organ harvesting and they just dump the corpse in the river. Like Jalen. Jelani Day. Y'all forgot about Jelani Day? His shit more corrupt than any other case. Cause they said his organ liquefied and Luke was in his case. College kids. And look what the medical field he was in. Medical field. You see what I'm saying? And when these murders happen, it's always either college kids or medical students. You see what I'm saying? How your organs gonna liquefy if your body haven't been cut open? That means your body had to been cut open and the organs that was left could be liquefied because you got salt water. Salt water be the cause when it come to liquefy. You see what I'm saying? That's one thing I learned about crime scene. Because you got to study the crime scene. If a person found in the woods, you know how a body supposed to decapitate. If you know if a body died in the sun and a body died in the winter, you should know the difference, right? So when you look at Jelani Day, what was the most important part of his case? The timeline. Because they got this man trying to track this man to the dispensary shop. You know what I'm saying? He done changed clothes and it's like he went and met up with somebody. He met up with somebody, could have been his college friends. And they did him in. Because when I looked at all those pictures of Jelani Day, he hanging around with college people. And most of them white people. You know what I'm talking about? And I ain't saying that to make it sound outrageous, but I'm just saying we know those certain ones. You know the certain one that laugh and smile in your face and then invite you on a vacation and you end up dead. What happened? What about that black dude that went on a vacation with his white friends in the mountains? In the cabinet, right? Everybody left him there for the Rangers to find him shot in the head. I ain't heard nothing else about that case. But he was there with his white friends. They all went to school together. Either they all went to school together just like, you know what I'm saying? Man, this world's so messed up cause now you gonna have a person out here gonna have a thrill in killing people. Cause check this out. I believe Straight Drop was getting a thrill out the kenneka Jenkins case. Well, he know what he did to her. That's why Miss Teresa said, did you help kill my daughter? She said, did you help? That's a strong statement. And I won't even be surprised. What if they release a footage of everybody in the freezer area, in the kitchen? And guess who you gonna see on the footage? Straight drop. Now that would be a jaw dropper to y'all, but not to me. That's why he explained in the kitchen on the lower level where the news were talking to Andrew Holm about the lower level that allegedly they seen the girls on video putting her in the freezer on the lower level video. Y'all, I seen the video that it was circling around. Y'all remember this video? And had y'all seen a video like this that was showing around on Facebook? They were hanging a black girl in a dorm room with a bunch of racist white boys. And they were hanging her. You know what I'm talking about? And I seen this shit. And I'm like, damn, they hanging that lady. And she was crying and screaming and shit. And then months later, they were trying to say the video was fake. And you know what I'm talking about? I never know the full story about that video. And that supposed to happen on the college dorm. Cause the video was showed on the college. Cause look, they kept taking it down on Facebook. Everybody was sharing it through the messenger. Was like, share it through messenger. I seen the video. I might still got the video. I might got to scroll all the way down in my goddamn inbox. You know what I'm talking about? Cause this shit was a couple of years ago. I never forget that video. They had a noose in the middle of the dorm. They wrapped it around that girl's neck. And I seen them when they were pulling her up and she was actually dangling. And I'm like, damn, this shit real as fuck. Look how many black women, get on the online dating service and talk to these white men. And once they go over there, the white men, guess what the white men know how to do? I'm finna pay for your trip and you finna come out here. You ain't gotta think. Miss Teresa know what happened to her daughter. She already know. She knows. But think about them white men. They get on these, lure these black girls on these dating sites, right? Then they bring them to their crib. Take them, look. They gonna drink alcohol, right? And drug them. First thing what the police gonna say, accidental overdose. Just like in the Tamil Ford case. She went over her white friend's house. Guess what? They pulled her autopsy report talking about her cause of death was drugs. And that was the reason she fell over. I know old ass men that take these same medication and drink behind this shit. And they ain't doing no accidental death. Check this out. Half of y'all know, some of y'all, if you got a sugar daddy, believe me, he on the same medication everybody on. Perks and everything. Shit, he finna come to you and pop a perk and drink him something. Yeah, he finna come over there. Yeah, he ready for business. But since a murder been involved, use that as a cover up. That's how I see it. That's how I see it right now. I walk out this door right now. Police pull me over. We have an understanding, and that man goddamn it ending up choking the shit out of me. They said they gonna say the reason why I died cause the drugs helped contribute to my death if the drug wasn't even in my system. So they basically saying you better not have no drugs in your system when the police show up. See what I'm saying? You better not have no drug in the system and somebody finna kill you because that's what they finna put it on. This what I'm starting to learn. If you want to plan the murder, they finna try to do a drinking game. Or get you to drink, lure you to a hotel or a party. That's why if you go to the party, even though if you with your friends, Call some random motherfuckers that ain't in the circle. Like, yeah, come on with me, bitch. You see what I'm saying? Or bring some relative. Man, no motherfucker can't call my phone like, hey man, you coming to the party? Yeah. I'ma just call random motherfucker. Hey man, look, what you doing? Come with me. I'll pick a motherfucker up off the street. Man, what you got going on? You wanna go to the party for me? Watch my back, bro. You know what I'm about? You ain't gotta do shit. I got all the kush. I got matter of fact, I ain't doing no drinking at the party. Well, I'm be drinking out my own bottle, you know what I'm talking about? Nobody ain't pouring nothing for me. You know what I'm talking about? And I ain't sipping no drinks for nobody. Matter of fact, if I go to a party and all this shit, I'm bringing security with me. Fuck this. I'm gonna have some off-duty police officers. You know, if you want me to come to a party, you better not have no drugs in there. Yeah, I'm coming with the laws and everything. Just make sure ain't nothing that happen to me. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, I'm bringing cups. Look, they gonna be outside. I'm bringing cup after cup out there. Look, text it for me. Ain't nothing in this motherfucker. I can drink this shit. All right, cool. Sign these papers. Let me know that you said it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending this out to my folks. Anything happens, if I croak off this shit, take this shit to trial, Jack, and pay my folks off. You see what I'm talking about? Man, look. It got to a point that now that they even start shooting their weddings now. You can't even go to a funeral. They shooting funerals up. You can't even hold a candlelight vigil for your lost loved one because they coming around the corner shooting Dragos. The world really fucked up. They ain't even gonna report all these news. Like, look, the young dog situation, right? Let's talk about the young dog situation. These the number 1 3 suspects they had in custody, but mysteriously, Shanquella Burnett is no longer in custody. They let that man out for how? Why? How you let that man out and forget to pick the man up on a murder warrant on a high profile case? It's a reason why they let that man go. You see what I'm saying? That man cooperated with the police, and when that man cooperated with the police, they were rounding niggas' ass up. Look at this case. Y'all know about it. You got a fourth. Look, that when they said they mistakenly released this man from jail, a man allegedly to have connection to the murder of a young dog reported missing after release from the Indianapolis jail last month. See what I'm saying? You got these folks. Come on, gang. Look at this shit. 4 suspects been arrested in the young dog situation. I looked it up, right? You got a 4th person. But keep this in mind. In the beginning, they had 5 motherfuckers. But 3 of them gone now. 3 of them mysteriously got off the charge and they picked up Glovin and you know what I'm talking about? And the 4th suspect. See what I'm saying? Then Cornelia Smith, right? Him, they did the hit. This the dude that paid for the hit, right? That's gonna be your 3rd suspect. But what happened to Shanquella Burnett and the other 2 motherfuckers that were finna charge for it? So boom. He did the hit. Now you got a 4th suspect. And he was arrested November the 18th. See what I'm saying, gang? Pie y'all, Jack. Pie y'all. So look, man, look. I don't believe the police. This one thing I learned about the police. I'ma take everything they tell me. I ain't got to believe it, but I'ma hear what they saying. Could keep this in first. keep this in mind. Everything they tell you, if they lie, it's gonna come back on them. So I never forget what the police said. I never forget what the autopsy report said. Only thing they could do, since they know people ain't forgetting what they said now in the beginning, now they switching it up right in front. I would look, if Shanquella was my daughter, right? And they gave me a autopsy report saying she died around this time, and now they go on the news again and switch the time when she died and the time of death. I want to let that happen. I'll be cutting up. I'll do exactly what the mama doing. I'm telling everything. By her telling everything, added even more pressure to it. You see what I'm saying? And look, and then look what got her time. Look what got her case exposed of the timeline. That's the biggest talked about in her case. The time. Yeah, they got secret society. Man, look. Man, I found out. Look, check this out, gang. I found out back in the old days, the Pope used to send out his army and to go snatch body and kidnap people. Once they kidnap the people, they bring her back into the Vatican, and guess what they do? Do rituals on them folks. Once they do rituals on them, they drain their blood and pour it in a big ass priest cup. Don't y'all know that cup the priest be toting around? That motherfucker be filled with blood, right? And they pass that hoe around. And everybody take one sip of this blood and eat the body. You see what I'm saying? I didn't even know a mafia. The Pope is connected with the mafia. Cause one of the Pope got hit by a mafia. They basically killed a Pope in the Vatican. And don't you know how much the Pope really worth? They said the Pope is goddamn it worth trillions of dollars. Man, the Pope got trillions and trillions of dollars. So look, I didn't even know this. That the Pope take bath in human blood. That's what they do. They take baths with human blood. They drain your blood, put it in the cup. Everybody, you know what I'm talking about? Sip from the cup. You know what I'm talking about? That's why the Pope always look old. You know, that's why why the Pope always be old. Look, check this out. In Hollywood, this is what Hollywood was doing, guys. Y'all follow me on this shit. Look, I read some books. Y'all go look up the Golden Dawn. Y'all know what the Golden Dawn is? Do y'all know what's the Golden Dawn is? Look, the Golden Dawn is a devil society. They devil worship. They do magic and voodoo. This y'all want to know why children is the most sacrificed? You want to know why they want the children? Why is the kid is the most important when it comes to sacrifice? Because you get a lot of young kids' blood. This what I found out. If you get a kid blood and you torture that kid, you got to torture that kid. Put that kid in real fear and kill that kid while they kill in fear. Because you got adrenaline in your blood. So what they do, pump that blood out your body with that adrenaline in it. And when they drink it, it's like they get a buzz or something. I don't know what kind of bud it is, but they get the rush, right? They're gonna get that adrenaline effect. I hope I can explain this right. That's why at rituals, the first thing they finna do, that's how they get the generant cone. There it is. Now you know what I'm talking, the generant, right? They even made a movie about this. But that's why when they get you and put you and do those rituals on you, they'll get some, just say like they'll set somebody up. They'll drug that person. So when that person, the main object is drug that person, the person gonna be aware of what's going on. But since they drug, they can't defend themselves, they body paralyzed, they can only see what they finna do. So if you got a doctor with a knife cutting you over, you watching him doing the surgery on you. You can't even scream or holler. Only thing what your body doing is produce adrenaline. You see what I'm saying? So it's something about the adrenaline. It's something about your blood they want. Now, one thing I do know about blood, I did my own research on blood. Check this out. Have y'all ever pulled out a pork chop and it's frozen and you take it out the package and you wash it off and all this shit here? You can even cut the pork chop. Look, you can even cut the pork chop, a raw pork chop. Cut it. It ain't even gonna bleed. It ain't even gonna bleed. But why it start bleeding when you put it in the grease? And where the blood come from? I ain't see no veins. If you leave a pork, check this out. Same thing for a chicken. Everybody know how to cook chicken. You know what a chicken look like raw. You can cut a chicken. That motherfucker not finna bleed until you put it in the goddamn grease, and now all of a sudden you see the chicken bleeding. I'm like, damn, how is that possible? Where the blood come from? Because it's still blood in life. That's the whole purpose about blood. Blood still produce life. That's where maggots come from. That's where flies come from. Because it's life in blood. That's why they say don't drink it. Don't be messing with it. If you want to know how a fly or a maggot gets started, it come from the meat. All the proteins that come from the body. It finna produce another creature. That's why when the Egyptians loved the butterfly, because how you a caterpillar live in a tree, stay in a cocoon for 6 months and come out to be the most beautiful thing. So the Egypts, they was like, it's got to be an afterlife. Cause I can pull, if I want some maggots, all I got to do, create them. Give me some meat and let it spoil and sit in the sun. Now I got maggots. You see what I'm saying? I done made maggots out of nothing. So when I was looking up some of these evil people that be doing these rituals, man, y'all, they got some rituals out here that's really, really messed up. Like the parenthood, right? Look, everybody know about the parenthood. That's the abortion clinic. I didn't even know what's the main reason why they want those infant babies. Because guess what? The reason why they want the younger or the better, if I'm an old man and I'm finna die and I need a kidney, what you would prefer, what kind of kidney you want? You want a kidney from another old man? Or you want a kidney from a young, healthy man? The younger, the better. That means the more younger your kidneys and your organ is, people might think they'll live a longer life. That's why you start seeing celebrities start looking all young again. Like Tom Cruise. He ain't even aging. He ain't even looking old yet. Look how many of these celebrities that been out for a while and they ain't even old. They don't even look old. They was so much into that ritual, right? I remember when those celebrities would look, check this out. Y'all remember back in the 90s, that when Botox first came out. And people would start looking real strange and shit. People face was stuck and everybody was like, damn, why that person looking like that? And that's how they introduced Botox. Like, yeah, you get the needle in the cheeks and this gonna enhance, make your lips full, make this full and all this old shit full and all this. Where y'all think half of that shit come from? Yeah, Tom Cruise is deep in psychology. And the psychology that he go to, it's a church that he go to, the science of psychology. Look into the church that he go to. Then you will understand why. And then y'all don't think these people, look, they already got clones. Hitler had clones. You know what I'm talking about? Some of the Hussein got body doubles. I remember back then a celebrity had to have a lookalike just because they didn't want the crowd to goddamn it. Y'all remember that back? Think about this. In the old days, the celebrities used to have lookalikes. If they walk in the mall and you know what I'm talking about, like Michael Jackson always had a lookalike. It might be clone people out here for real. Cause those lookalikes could be clone motherfuckers. I know you could, if you could clone a frog and if you could clone a pig, you could clone a human. You clone a human. That's why they got these labs for. You know what I'm saying? These mental institutions. That's why, you know what I'm saying, man, when you look, y'all remember that it's a private island they used to take the kids to. Right by Jeffrey Epstein Island. It was a hospital. It was an island for mental patients. They were taking mental patients out the United States, taking them over there to the island where this big ass hospital is, and let all those doctors experiment on these people. Kids. Man, I seen a scientific study. They had a newborn baby. The newborn baby never seen the human being in this life. Check this out. They had the baby in the room. The only people that could come in the room is people dressed up like clowns. They dressed up like killer clowns. This baby never seen a human, you know what I'm saying, like you'll be looking at yourself, a regular human. These people dressed up like killer clowns. This an infant baby, still on the baller, don't know what's going on, terrified of these clowns. When they kept terrorizing the baby, guess what the baby growing up eventually to become? A killer clown. Like they had another little boy in the facility, they just showed him torture videos. None but torture videos of how to torture people and kill people. Now you got a mass shooter on the loose. Right? Have y'all noticed every time when these little white kids go up and shoot up the whole black community, guess what they do? They'll never say what drugs was in their system, but they gonna bring up their health records. Little Timmy Tim was mentally ill. We got to do a mental evaluation on him. Then we got to send him to a doctor and get him therapy. To a shooter. And say mentally ill was the cause. But if another person do it, oh yeah, they got motive and they got all this hate crime shit going. All this shit. And check this out. I believe in UFO. Sometimes I really believe it be angels coming down here communicating with certain people. To be honest with you, the government say, that's not true. That's not true. Even in ancient Egypt, they got planes. They been had airplanes. You see what I'm saying? So check this out. If back in the days when you heard about the Bibles, how the angels came to the earth, how they get there? I understand they might got wings and all this. We don't know if they got wings. Maybe somebody in the religion was like, look, we're gonna put wings on and make them angels. So if anybody thinks somebody coming down here, this is what to look for: a man with wings. But the true reality, somebody coming over here on a spaceship and coming here. We just don't understand what the fuck going on. You see what I'm saying? So if the angel was came down here and visited humans and it's documented in the Bible, you think it all went away? So the government will come up now. Just call them unidentified objects. Call them UFOs. Now I'm starting thinking they ain't no unidentified object. Cause the way they describe what a UFO look like, that's the same thing they describe in the Bible when they talking about the carriage. You know what I'm talking about? And if you really want to ask me, that's how you get, that's how, look, if you really, the angels one were getting human knowledge. Look, God gave rules how to build your house. He gave you tools how to work with, and instruction how to form a land. Everything he gave Adam, he ain't even had to need a job to do this shit. He ain't had to go to work to build what he wanted to build. That nigga was in the woods, a garden. You got all the wood you need. You got everything better you need for a house, for home, food, for shelter. You could go in the woods with nothing and come out that motherfucker with something. Real talk, gang. So these people got, so what I'm basically saying, you don't need no money to survive. We just grew up in this world, a money hungry, greedy world. And we was raised to think that we need money. How many times y'all made something out of nothing? How many times y'all were broke and you say, damn, I ain't got no money. I need some money. Like God say, let there be light, and there was be light. When you say I need some money, guess how that money reach in your hand? Because you spoke of it first. Damn, I need some money. How I'm gonna get this money? How I'm gonna get this money? How I'm gonna get this money? And mysteriously it comes. So if you put your mind up, be like, I could be more smarter. How can I better serve myself today? Now you feeding your brain, you know what I'm talking about. Money is not the root of all evil. If the love of money is the root, you could be a millionaire. Look how many millionaires that's out here donate back to the community, pay for gas and pay for people. Ain't no corruption in that. Because it's not the love of money with them. It's the people like government. Look how they use the money for evil gains. They using it for evil. They using money trying to profit off of money. While you trying to get money and live off of for paper with a white man on it that helped constructed the system. You see what I'm saying? You got a white man on your money with all your history on that $100 bill, $5 bill, $2 bill. Everything that's on that dollar, that's what you need to know. That's the secret. Because nobody don't look at the dollar and trying to figure out what this shit mean. First thing the person gonna say, damn, that's the Illuminati. Y'all, they done took the pyramid and we got so brainwashed. Now we looking at the pyramid as a symbol of evil. Illuminati. And it ain't nothing even about it. It was just a library. Y'all see those Egypts in tomb? That's where they hold all the books, all the scripture. It was basically like a library. You see what I'm saying? And once you go in there, now you understand why it looked like somebody done burglarized the motherfucker. They done took paintings off the walls. You know what I'm talking about? Now, when they show you anybody that was kings and queens, just say like back in the 1600s, when the Bible was first coming out, the 1611 James Version, right? They want to show you statues and shit. Ancient gods and, you know what I'm saying, and ancient kings. They showing you statue. Why a statue like these people didn't even have a fucking pen to draw? You got artists. Anybody could have been sketching how these people look like. What I'm basically saying, they're ready to show you a statue instead of a picture or painting what a king would really look like back in the day. But once you go back to the white history, they got all kinds of white boys with spandex on, with the penny loafer, big boy medallions around their necks, and crown jewel pieces that go back all the way to 1300. You see what I'm saying? Check this out. You don't even got no statue of Moses, but you got a picture of him. Why is this? If humans were living to 900, almost to 1,000 year old, why you got a picture of Moses, Noah, and King Nimrod, all in their early 30s, early 40s? These men is just reaching to be. Jesus was 33. Nimrod, you know what I'm saying? He died down there when he down there 30 something. Look at the pictures. Be like, God damn. You sure ain't lying. King Solomon. They show you a picture of him between the age of 30 and 40. Why I can't see no picture of what a 900-year-old man look like? I don't think nobody can draw a man that look like he 900 years old. I'm quite sure I see people that look. Keep this in mind. I know a lady right now in her 70s, and man, she don't look like it. You'll swear that lady 40 something. She could be 90. You know what I'm talking about? I know some niggas down there 60 still look like they down there in their 40s. You know what I'm talking about? I know some motherfucker that's 20 look like they 60. You know what I'm talking about? Check this out. I went to school gang, right? I went to school, and there was this one dude in my classroom. I ain't gonna lie, gang. This like the 8th grade. I'm in the 8th grade. This man looked like he ever been 40 years old. And everybody used to call like, damn, man, that man look like an old ass man. Coming to find out, his mama young. But the man that she was dating, he was an old ass man. That man was 80 years old when he got that young girl pregnant. And she was a young girl. But he took up the son, the baby took up after the dad, and he old than a motherfucker. And that's when I first heard the term, that's an old man baby there. Know what I'm talking about? When I was coming up, man, I was in class with a dude, and that nigga had 6 fingers. I said, how the fuck that nigga get an extra pinky? The teacher told us he's special. He all right, he just special. He got an extra pinky and shit, and he slobbing. I'm like, what caused this shit? They never told us. But coming to find out, his family inbreed motherfuckers. And that's why he like that. You know what I'm talking about? So, man, I'm just saying, man, I seen a whole lot of shit when I was coming up, Jack. I remember when the police was reporting news of they shooting black folks. Before body cam came out, before even the internet came out, really. All before the internet. So, they used to say, yeah, police killed black suspect because suspect fled with a gun. Did he shoot that motherfucker? Never said he shot back at the police, suspect with a gun. And we, back in the day, we were falling for that shit. Cause we ain't see nothing wrong with actually the police shooting a motherfucker with a gun. And if he shooting back, cause that's how the way we getting like that, and there was a shootout there. He bucking at the police. But he just violated that man human right, pulled that man over, accused that man of drugs and all this shit. You know what I'm talking about? And sent the man with a gun. And let me see your hands, and let me see your hands. And he couldn't get his hands up quick enough. And next thing you know, he let off 3 shots before the suspect could even reach for the gun. So boom, you done shot the man, fabricated the police, and gave it to the news. And next thing you know, yeah. Man, the Pope, look, y'all don't believe the Pope was eating humans? Watch this. It's a slave movie called Goodbye Uncle Tom. And at the beginning of the scene, everybody's sitting at the table. If you listen closely what that white boy said, that white boy said, man, the Pope used to go and eat humans. When the slave trade, look, y'all remember the slave trade, right? They said that's when black people was on high demands for the Pope. Why you think they left the Pope out when it came to the slave trade? Because the Pope was buying the slaves for their ritual parties, cutting them up, doing blood baths and drinking blood, torturing, raping kids. They were doing all this shit. Know what I'm talking about? Pay y'all, Jack. So yeah, it be a whole lot going on, gang, in this world. Man, y'all go look up these secret societies, because I know them by name. You know what I'm talking about? I done read a couple of books on these folks. And I'm like, man, these folks here, they could do shit in your face. You wouldn't even know what the agenda is. You know what I'm talking about? I done look. All the presidents, I didn't even know George Bush helped raise Barack Obama. I didn't even know that. George Bush knew that man adopted father and he helped raise him. I seen pictures with George Bush and a 10-year-old Barack Obama. And I was like, damn, I didn't even know this. I didn't even know Barack Obama was richer than Bill Gates. I didn't even know, goddamn it, Barack Obama owned the oil mills. This nigga own oil. He's selling oil to the Americans. I ain't even know that. And once upon a time, I didn't even know this. Barack Obama put a hit out on a child. He put a hit out on a teenager and bombed a children's hospital. He bombed a whole children's hospital and killed their daddy. I ain't even know that. I didn't even know over there in Afghanistan where they did the war back at. I ain't even know that war was over there where the Taliban at. They were basically going to war on the land, right? Where number historic. Look, check what I'm basically saying. They're just like me. They over there in Afghanistan, and the specific spot where they fighting at is where the Tower Battle was at. So what they do, they need excuse to go to war and bomb up all the castles where all the kings stay at. So when they show it on the History Channel, this is why you see buildings look like they blowed up and they cleaned up the debris. And they want to tell you these buildings collapsed thousands and thousands of years ago. No! Them folk like, you got people that read their Bible. Now since you got Google Maps out here, people gonna start to look at Google Maps and read their Bibles now. Now they finna pinpoint where the areas at. Then you finna go back to the news and start thinking about all the wars. Why you think they going to war with Afghanistan and Iran so much? That where Nimrod was ruling shit at. Right? That's where he had all the tools, and that's where the Masons and that's how the Masons got. That's how the Masons got involved in. That's how they learned about the Freemasons, and how it started. That's cause they built Solomon Temple, right? Once you look at where Solomon Temple at, check this out. I went to the place where they used to have the pool at baptizing the sick. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. And watch this. Y'all remember in the Bible they said Mary Magdalene, when they buried Jesus, they buried him like in a cave like. Think about this. Back then when they used to bury people, they used to carve out, tombs and shit and cave walls and all this and bury. So look, you know what they did? Somebody opened that tomb door up and went and took Jesus' body. You had grave robbers. Back in the 1900s, when I was going to school, they taught us about grave robbers because about the Geronimo. Y'all know the story about Geronimo, the Indian man? They still got his head right today. They went and robbed that man's grave. Look how many graves they done dug up and took, you know what I'm saying, famous people out of graves. And it's just so much, y'all, that we need to learn about the case. Cause I was looking at how did the police became about. Coming to find out, police existed when King Nimrod existed. That's how far the police go back. The police was the soldiers. So I'm like, golly, you know, it kind of makes sense. Like, it kind of makes sense to me now. Like, I see why they covering up the history. You know what I'm about? Now I know why they say this is the land of the free. Because you free to what you think in America. It ain't no religion rules. Once you think about it, it ain't no religion rules in America, but it's religion rules all over the world when it comes to religion. Look what happened. Look what had happened to a homosexual across seas. Look what would happen to a predator overseas. Look what would happen to a woman get caught in adultery, cheating on her husband. Look what she would receive. Look what would happen to a man if he get caught cheating on. Look, back in those days, if a man goes in a woman's house and then somebody see it, they all finna stand out and stone your ass on the spot. So once you look at life, you got to look at America like, man, look, y'all, America gonna tell you this is the best nation in the world. We the most evil nation. All the other nations hate us. Iran hate us. African hate us. Goddamn it, Russia hate us. China hate us. That's why they shipping all the disease over here. Cause we so blinded about our forefathers. That's why they told you these is our four founding fathers. Founders of what? Of the system, right? They said Christopher Columbus discovered America. How? And if you reach Cuba and Brazil, I'm quite sure they told you about America because it ain't far. You know what I'm talking about? They trade all the time. Indians go over there to Cuba, hang with them, do some trading over there. They jump on their little canoes. That's why they don't never want to show you an Indian on a canoe. Like they don't got boats and shit. Like an Eskimo. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to show you the real history of a canoe. Because I didn't even know that a canoe, I thought only one motherfucker be in the canoe. But that's how Eskimo travel through the ice in a canoe with his family. They all get in the canoe, lay down, and all this old shit. It's enough for him and his kid. So when you see him, they getting out the car like a y'all know about those circus clowns that little car pull up and it be about 100 goddamn clowns come out that motherfucker. That's how the canoe was. You know what I'm talking about? Check this out. Ain't gonna be no clone rappers. Ain't gonna be no clone rapper. I'm gonna tell you, this is where they got that rapping clone shit from. It started with Tupac not dead because the Machiavelli, because he came out with an album called Machiavelli, and when Machiavelli came out, it came after his death. Guess what? Somebody on the record label say name it Machiavelli, cause Tupac dead now, and if I release this, people still think he'll be alive. And next thing you know, don't you know after Tupac died, don't you know how many albums they released on Tupac? I'm talking about albums, not songs, albums. And I was like, damn, how the fuck this man keep making music and he dead? So they gave everybody the impression that this man was still alive in Cuba making music. But that man was actually dead. Suge Knight kept that shit rolling because that's his money. And he would generate millions off this shit. That's why he kept saying, yeah, Tupac over there someone in Cuba and all this old shit. That man was just selling that man records. Tupac heard he can't collect the money, so what Suge Knight did? Took the money, split it up with the big executive. Who owned Tupac masters and publishing it? I bet you who owned his catalog. Once you find out who that is, then you'll be like, man, these folk low down. That's why they say you worth dead more than alive. You know what I'm talking about? Tupac was dead. It was just so much. It was just, because you got to think about it. I was in that area when that shit first happened. When that shit first happened, I remember it like it was the news. You know what I'm talking about? They said that man was going to survive, but he ended up dead. They said that man was going to survive and all this. And when the doctor said that man was going to survive, everybody was like, oh, shit. Just keep us updated. It was like everybody would finna just go back to their normal lives and just get an update till he, you know what I'm saying? And then it was like, soon when they told us that, it calmed the public down. And then they said he dead. And everybody like, damn, he dead. But y'all just said the man was living. But the man died. So when the man died, Tupac made so many songs at Death Row. This man had albums after album before he died. Didn't even release yet. He didn't even release this shit. You see what I'm saying? So that gave Suge Knight a perfect opportunity to keep this shit going that Tupac is alive. People really gonna believe in that when the next album come out. Then when Suge Knight do an interview, yeah, look, they saying Tupac's still alive. Where he at, Suge? Man, you know Tupac somewhere over there in Cuba. Supposed to be, guess who else in Cuba? His auntie. Man, look, talking about Tupac ain't dead. Come on now. You can believe that all you want. I ain't even finna argue with you on that. I ain't even finna argue with you on that. You know what I'm talking about? Tupac dead. And I'm gonna tell you something, by law, there'll be criminal charges to fake your death. So the Fed will be all on it. National all that shit. They even got the man death certificate. You know what I'm talking about? If that man ain't dead, why is hurting his mama so much? Why his mama? If he look, think about this. That man dead, you would have thought that man would have made sure his mama was straight. Man, that lady ain't got nothing. Come on, man. That lady ain't got nothing. That lady like, damn, what all the money? Cause you know what I'm saying? She probably would have went where he was at. So, yeah, man, it's a lot of conspiracy about Tupac ain't dead and all that man dead for sure. I seen the autopsy picture. Man, they had that man body cut open. You know what I'm talking about? They had that man body cut open and everything. I couldn't even look at the picture because his body was flat because all his organ was gone. So you might as well say, who else said they had faked they death? I'm missing somebody. Damn, I'm missing somebody. Somebody thought somebody was still alive and you know what I'm saying? It'll hit me, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, gang, I'm gonna get on up out this jump, man. I've been running my mouth all day to y'all, you know what I'm talking about. I done got tired, hungry, you know what I'm talking about. I need to get out and you know what I'm talking about, go get me a round of brew, get some kush, you know what I'm talking about, and run a few errands, cause I got a little thing to do today, you know what I'm talking about. And when I get through running my errands and shit, maybe I might go back live later on. That's one of my intentions, is to go live later back on. You know what I'm talking about? But I got to run these errands and pay a little few bills and shit. You know what I'm talking about? So I got to do a little thing. You know what I'm talking about? But Yeah. Hey, y'all, check. You know what I'm about? I appreciate everybody came in, like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm about? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all the thumbs up, too, gang. Fishing bread ain't no proof and fact. You know that man, goddamn it, alive. Only thing you might see a lookalike claiming to be him, or you might just see an old ass video and they using that old ass video like, ooh, this the video that after Pac's death. And you looking at that man like, ooh, I told you. You know what I'm talking about? Cause look, if Tupac is alive, he would have came out. He would be a trillionaire. Cause he ain't got to do nothing but show his face. Look, he ain't gotta do nothing but show his face and motherfuckers see that shit. They gonna buy everything what too. He already the greatest rapper. You know what I'm talking about? So he could just do an appearances and the whole world gonna go crazy. You got people saying Michael Jackson's still alive. You got people still thinking about Elvis Presley still alive. And you got people saying they got proof that Elvis still alive. Look at all this shit and all this shit in the music game. Cause look, Elvis was big in the rock and roll. You keep his name alive, you keep the checks rolling. You know what I'm talking about? Man, look, check this out. Man, I don't care about nothing. I ain't finna get that deep with you about Tupac. If you got some proof that you got Tupac alive, I'm the last one you need to show that footage you. You need to be trying to show that to the Pope. You need to be trying to show that to you know what I'm talking about? You gotta show that to the police. They can do something with that information. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to be no part of this shit. Not me, goddamn me. I don't want no part of that shit. Matter of fact, I don't even want to see it really, you know what I'm talking about? I don't want to see nothing, hear nothing, you know what I'm talking about? But hey y'all, appreciate the cash app, Linda. Appreciate that. Hey y'all. What I'm talking about. Yeah. They gonna go on my tea. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw me a little tea party. But yeah, I'm getting on up out of here. Trey gang, love y'all. Y'all be cool, man. And y'all be safe, man. And keep this in mind, man. You know what I'm talking about? This one thing I learned. Y'all be careful out there. Be careful with that word friend. You know what I'm talking about? Be careful with that word best friend. Be careful with that word that's my nigga. You see what I'm talking about? Man, if we all come out that shit, man, we can control what's going on in the world, bruh. It's stupid. You got niggas out here taking charge for another man. I never take no charge for a nigga. You got me fucked up, bruh. I ain't gonna snitch on you, but I ain't taking this charge neither. I'm finna throw the whole investigation off on my part. Can you dig it? I done talked to murder investigation. Look, check this out, gang. This one thing I learned about the detective when I killed. Look, check this out. When it was a. I got up in some shit, right? And the detective was in the Look, they had me in the detective room, and they were asking me what happened that night. I told them folk, hey man, I'm standing next to a dude, and he got shot multiple times by these dudes across the street. You know what I'm talking about? So boom. Next thing you know, they ran and shot him, and when they shot him, I left. I fled the scene because he was shooting at me too, right? So they were saying, well, we got more shell cases on the scene. And I'm like, what do you mean? There's more shell cases? Because there were two of them. So by me knowing that it was two gunmen, right? It was two gunmen, him, but he got another shell case. But the gunman, he with another nigga, right? He got it. Look, he ain't got no gun, but his partner got a gun. I got a gun. Two shell cases. I fled the scene. Well, I ain't fled the scene. I was still on the scene, but you know what I'm talking about? I was in another part of the area. Police get me, took me to custody, asked me what happened. I said, man, they were shooting. The story came back like what it's supposed to. Okay, all right. And he was like, what happened? I said, man, the man ran up, shot my homeboy. And while he was shooting my homeboy, I was running and trying to take cover. Did you have a gun? Hell no, I ain't had no gun. Because it's two bullet cases. I said, shit, that's the reason why I was running. Because that nigga, it was two of them. So that means he was shooting at me too. So I reversed it. Because they never caught a gun on him. But they got the murder weapon of the dude that shot my nigga. You see what I'm saying? So they tried those bullet cases on him, on his charge partner. And he couldn't even get himself out of it. But now the jury and the lawyer saying when he killed my nigga, he ditched the gun and left the bullets at the scene. Know what I'm talking about? And those same bullets that were left at the scene, a motherfucker got hit with it. That's how they knew about those bullets. So guess what? The prosecution did me a big favor since they ain't know the full story. So they said he was the one accidentally shot somebody in his goddamn it. You see what I'm saying? Because somebody else got shot and survived. They didn't die though. Right? So I made the story, made it look like that damn, he had to be shooting on me too, because the area that I ran into, that was everybody at. Nobody didn't see me shoot. I know not to. Look, if you're a real shooter, you don't pull your gun out for everybody to see just to shoot that motherfucker. No. Hell no. I mean, one my first hit, goddamn it, I could walk down the street with a tater chip bag like I'm eating chips or something. Walk up on the nigga, it's nothing but a big ass 4-4 in a brown bag. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, motherfucker running this shit. I'm like, damn, what the fuck going on? Damn, nobody don't see no gun or nothing. I got a tape chip bag, you know what I'm talking about, with a big ass brown bag on a tape chip bag. Yeah, you know, like I was in the opera hood one time and I had some big ass, some goddamn jogging pants on. Yeah, I had the gun 38 in my pocket. I ain't got to pull it out. I shot through my pocket. Blow the whole pocket off that motherfucker. Everybody running like damn, the shot somewhere up in here. And next thing you know, if you look at me, my whole pocket blown off. To a nigga like, damn, bro, you hit? He said, man, I see burn marks on your clothes. I'm like, what? Let me get the fuck out of here before he noticed something. You see what I'm saying? It's always a way to how to do shit. These days, these niggas just commit a murder just to go to jail, just to say, yeah, I'm down here for murder. Even if it's a goddamn it, you killed an innocent motherfucker. You still want that clout on that murder charge. Fucked up, gang. You see what I'm saying? I've been through it all. I done hit these streets. I done met some of the best in the world. Real talk. I done met some of the best motherfuckers in the world, Jack. I done hung around crooked motherfuckers. I done hung around thieves, killers, robbers. I done hung around lawyers. You see what I'm saying? My whole group, if you understand the people that I used to work for, you would be like, damn. You know what I'm talking about? You would be like, Trey Gang, how you know these people? You would see me in the car with some people. You would be like, man, what the fuck Trey Gang doing in the car with them folks? You would never know. You see what I'm talking about? You might see me, you know what I'm talking about? One day be talking like this, and the next day I'm talking like I'm Brian Gumble. Like I done been got my bachelor degree and everything. You'll be like, man, I wanna know what Drake ain't that nigga was talking all these big ass words and shit. Like he a educated ass nigga or something. You know, like he a smart motherfucker or something. You know what I'm talking about? But I don't want to disguise my motherfucking self. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even talk like this. Be honest with you. I don't talk like that. I don't be saying all these slangs and shit. Know what I'm talking about? Paya, all that old shit. I don't do all that shit. I do that shit on her. You know what I'm talking about? Not out there. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even talk like this. I want to keep a motherfucker in the mystery about me. You know what I'm talking about? Cause look, I'm just a cool ass nigga. Goddamn it. Just in these YouTube streets and trying to stir this shit up, you know. That's all I'm trying to do. Bye, y'all.